Let's see, we're working. Yeah, we're working. Good evening. Thank you, everyone, for waiting. We are live. Good evening and welcome to Broadcast Avalanche's Jenny Lex special, and likely the last of these shows before the next Labour government. Yeah, I thought I'd be more excited as well, not going to lie. I am your host, Jonny Collins, and I look like someone who used to be in a successful nu metal band in the 90s and has not gained any relevance since then. I'm not wearing any makeup today, partly because I was very disorganised and we were only just live half an hour late, but mostly because I didn't want to accidentally imply support for any particular political party. We are famously non-biased here at Blizzard. With the eyeshadow colour that I was wearing, especially given that the UKIP colours back in the day were uncomfortably close to what the non-binary colours are. So I'm not sure what Farage was going through back in 2015, but honestly, if he'd had that midlife crisis rather than a fascist one, I think things would have been better for everyone. So take that as a lesson as why we should accept non-binary people, otherwise you end up with Nigel. So, yes, tomorrow this country will be making the historic political choice between another 5 years of austerity, culture wars, bigotry, international genocide, apologism, increasing poverty levels, NHS privatisation, and declining living standards, or another 5 years of austerity, culture wars, bigotry, international genocide, apologism, increasing poverty levels, NHS privatisation, and declining living standards, but a marginally less happy Rupert Murdoch and Vladimir Putin. We have this year a Tory party, which, if there are any Tory politicians watching, is a description, not an instruction. Don't make that mistake again. A Tory party who, after 14 years in power and nearly as many prime ministers in that time, lurching even further to the right to try and appease the overt fascist wing of their party to the point where it is just now a fascist party. A Labour Party who will kick out women of colour and left-wing voices for protesting genocide in Palestine, but welcome Tory defectors and transphobic bigots to continue to stand, dragging Labour even further to the right than the apparent centrist party of the country. A Liberal Democrat Party who seem okay, but completely untrustworthy given their part in allowing these last 40 years of Tory cuts, corruption and abuse in 2010 to 2015. We're not going to fucking forget that. A Green Party who again seem alright, but have also promoted an active misogynist grifter to a senior role within the party and have their own problems with transphobia. A Scottish National Party who is a mess of conflicting ideologies who seem doomed to fail, and most of us can't vote for anyway. And Nigel Farage's pet project Reform UK, which is having defections towards the sinking and doomed Tory party because their party is too racist. Imagine fleeing to the Tories because your party is too racist. That's like voting for Donald Trump because you're mad at your landlord. What is wrong with you? And then there's George Galloway's Workers' Party, a man who is more mad at gay people getting married and young people embracing gender diversity than any actual meaningful domestic change that he wants to make. He's so mad that there are apparently 72 genders now, which is a ridiculous thing to be mad about, especially when you've had more ex-wives than that. Sure, he opposes genocide, but what fucking state are we living in where that is as high as the bar is for our politicians? We fucking deserve better. But this is the best we're gonna get. I hope at least once this election is out of the way, I'd have to write new political material, but I have a sinking feeling that 99% of it is going to require very little editing to still be relevant in 4 months' time. Merry election eve, everyone. This is going to be great. But that being said, the Tories are finished. The replacement might not be good enough, but damn it, let's just engage in a little bit of Schadenfreude as the party that has ruined most of our formative years, both on the panel and likely those watching the stream. I know our age demographics, and is about to flush themselves down the rigidly gendered toilets that they want, hopefully forever. Fuck the lot of them, and fuck the vast majority of the opposition too, and fuck, but in the good and consensual, otherwise just cuddle, otherwise platonically celebrate from a distance, our guest team captains for the evening. We've got Laura MONMOTH and Stuart DUNLOP.
Woo!
Welcome. On Laura's team tonight, we have frontman of the only austerity I want to see in the next 5 years, Austerity Dogs, John O'Murray, and whimsical Cornish nerd, MABEL SLATTERY. And on Stuart's team tonight, we unfortunately do not have Maxine Wade. Had to drop out last minute, sadly. But we do have a man who is so disillusioned with politics that he gave up music to become a stand-up comedian, Nathan VIRICA. So I'm sure we can all relate to that. Welcome to the show, everyone. Also, thanks everyone in the chat. Thank you for being so patient. Laura, how are you feeling? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me again in my COVID-induced stupor.
Oh yeah, of course. How have you been getting on with that?
I've been unwell the last few days, and I have been quite delirious. So the fact that the other team only has 2 people on it means we're pretty much evenly matched.
Incredible. Would you like to describe your appearance for the sake of anyone who might need
okay.
that?
So I haven't bothered showering today because I do not have the energy. So my hair is currently covered up by half a Garfield hat. It's kind of blending into the green screen a little bit, but I'm currently giving Garfield head.
That is what we stand for here at Blizzard.
Absolutely.
Laura, it's not Monday though.
No, it's not.
That's why he doesn't like it.
There we go.
Glasses wearing makeup. I'm trying to make myself look slightly less dead than I have been for the last couple of days. Currently wearing a nice little Ghostbusters Pac-Man t-shirt, and I'm in front of a new Labrador, New Danger sign, as you do.
That is a beautiful sign. I enjoy that a lot.
Politically affiliated in any way. But other than that, I'm going to be a mess, Johnny. Thank you for having me on.
Fantastic. That's fine. I think we all are. This will be a shorter stream than usual. I mean, I think it would have been even if it wasn't planned to be. But I appreciate you very much for coming on. Hopefully you don't die throughout. That would be very sad for everyone. And then you wouldn't even get to vote. And we know how important that's going to be. So thanks very much for coming on the show. Stuart, how are you feeling? Are you excited for election eve?
I am doing fine, although the election could have come at a less effective time than the day before or the day of my evening quizzes. Tomorrow was supposed to be the summer special. I'm wearing the garb that I was supposed to wear for tomorrow's show, but we're having to change it to an election special, which means that essentially I now have to get serious and represent myself more prominently. So I am going to put on my serious garb and alert to the world that this is officially a very serious stream that we're going on to right now. So yeah, gender non-conforming. That's where we're going with this, because I am considering it serious enough to break out the inner bossy woman that I am.
Amazing.
But yeah, so I am a male, white male, brown hair, currently wearing glasses and a goatee beard, desperately trying not to look like a reprimanding school teacher, but I'm also wearing a school teacher's blouse and pink cardigan. So do with that what you will.
Perfect, amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I also forgot to mention, ask Laura if you had anything coming up that you wanted to plug. I imagine it's just the Twitch stuff, but also same for Stuart. But we'll start with Laura. Have you got anything coming up once you've recovered from COVID that you want to share?
I'm still doing Twitch even with COVID, because if I can't leave the house, what am I going to do with my life otherwise, Johnny?
That is absolutely reasonable.
I just sit here and I talk to a camera and I play crap games, and I beat 3 games. I beat A Link to the Past in 3 minutes today.
Wow, incredible.
I know, right? A proper speed run on A Link to the Past. 3 minutes. Proper cheating, but it's an achievement, right?
It is an achievement. Is that the secret? If you get COVID, is that you just like unlock a shortcut to the end?
It makes sure it's how I got the DuckTales world record.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I keep going out. This is why I get people to lick me on the street. Just if they sneeze, bit of a sniffle. Just plant one on me. It's fine.
Wonderful. Well, thanks very much. Stuart, have you got any projects or anything coming up you want to plug? I'm aware that it was like just over a week ago you were last here, but fuck it, let's go through it again anyway.
I'll speed run it myself, see if I can do it in 3 minutes. So you can tune in tomorrow to the Alternative Cobra Meeting Comedy Quiz Election Special. That's on tomorrow at 8 o'clock on the Facebook page, the Alternative Cobra Meeting, 4 fantastic guests. It's election themed, but very tangentially, so I'm getting all my politics jokes out now. The podcast that I do, QMX's Adventures and Everything, that's on Spotify, SoundCloud, Buzzsprout at Two Strangers Productions. Jonny's got the feed, so you don't have to pay Spotify to listen to it, because screw that. You can listen to my stuff. I don't care. I'm not making any money off it right now. And last but not least, what was the other thing I was going to plug? I've completely forgotten what I was going to plug. Shit.
Those are the two things I've got links for. So
Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't get a chance to announce this, but yeah, Kiwa Maxi, as Adventures and Everything, we can proudly announce that we are doing a live event of that in the end of August, on August 25th, hopefully. So that's the Sunday of the bank holiday. So follow the Two Strangers Productions Intel on Facebook and Instagram for more details on that, because we are super excited about doing that. So we'll keep you posted on that as well.
Incredible. Thanks very much for coming on the show, Stuart. We've also, once again, from only a couple of days ago, we got JONO Murray back. JONO, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good. It wasn't long since I was last here.
Yeah.
So,
are you feeling any more optimistic about the next couple of days?
Am I shite? Am I shite? Just taking it each day as it comes. Starting on the ale early. Do you know what I mean? So,
Nice.
But however it goes tomorrow, I'm going to be too rough.
I am on the mixed fruit Copperberg because I am a mixed fruit Copperberg. So we're having a good time with that. I haven't put your links in the chat. Do you want to describe your appearance for us first of all?
Yeah. Cool. Fucking, you know what I mean? Wearing shirts that were in fashion 30 years ago. I haven't been for 30 years, but that's what I want to wear. Yeah, just looking fresh. I look like a craved death. I look like a craved death, yet fear it. You know what I mean? I'm looking out.
This is a political tagline I can get behind. Are you standing in the election? I'll vote for that party.
Yeah.
I crave death yet fear it. Superb. Well, have you got anything particular that you want to plug coming up? Shows or projects, anything like that?
Yeah, 2nd of August. I don't know if I've said you all this, so I'll just say it now. 2nd of August, we're on the Penny Lane weekend. It's a little mini festival in Liverpool. Punk Rock Elite podcast. What's his name? Eddie
French and Red Redmond. Yeah.
Eddie French, Red Redmonds. They are doing a charity cover album of Punk and Drublic, No Effects. We actually covered Linoleum.
Oh, nice.
We're on that. Yeah, it's an austerity dogs cover, so a lot of bands are just doing bog standards. Not us. It's just noise. Just noise. That's it.
Excited for it. Fab. Cool. We can find Austerity Dogs links in the chat. Do go follow them if you're not already. They are a very good band. They feature on our playlist fairly regularly. So if you come to the Live Blizzard shows, you definitely would have heard at least 2 of their songs that I loop incessantly. So you're welcome. Their other songs are also good. Those are just my favourites. Brilliant. Thanks so much for coming on the show. We don't have Maxine today, unfortunately. Very last minute. But we do have Mabel Slattery. Mabel, how are you doing?
Hello, I am good. I am drinking pink wine from a blue and white glass, so hopefully my allegiances are strong. Lots
of conflicting political imagery there.
No, but it is trans flag, so.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, that's good then. That's fine. There isn't a trans political party, but maybe there should be. We'll by the end of today. It's not too late to register, right? I mean, the election's in like what, like 10 hours. We can set one up by then.
We'll work it.
Sure.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Would you like to describe your appearance for the sake of anyone who might need that?
I have brown curly hair and glasses. I'm wearing guillotine earrings because I'm embracing my French Revolution side.
Absolutely.
I basically look like a hobbit who has gotten way too into like early 2000s fashion.
That's a delightful image. Thanks very much for that. Have you got any shows or anything that you want to coming up that you want to plug? We've got your Instagram in the chat if anyone wants to go follow what Mabel's doing.
I have absolutely nothing. I am delightfully free this summer because I have been doing teaching work, and I'm like, yes, I get a summer holiday.
Oh, nice.
Like, you know, like when people are like, oh, well, you teachers, you've got it so easy because you get like the summer holiday and all that kind of thing. And usually, generally speaking, teachers know because we're marking in the summer holidays. This year, not being paid for it, but I get a summer holiday. It's great.
Amazing, fantastic. I'm so excited for your summer holiday. We probably can't promote that necessarily, but I'm very glad that you're having it.
Right, summer.
Yeah, just every Blizzard regular is just invited to Mabel's summer holiday. We'll have a blast.
You absolutely are.
Amazing. Well, thanks
Back to Cornwall, we've got cows.
well, thanks very much for coming on the show.
And some of them vote.
Terrible way to talk about my mother.
Oh, fantastic. And last but not least, we've got Nathan VIRICA, also last minute replacement. Thanks very much for coming on the show, Nathan. How are you doing? How are you feeling this final election eve?
Oh, I'm ecstatic, Jonny.
Can fucking tell. Yeah, I think the way you said that sentence is something we can all relate to right now. Do you want to describe your appearance for the sake of anyone who might need that?
Yeah, well, basically, I've got slugs for eyebrows, a nose that would have seen me voted world's sexiest man in ancient Rome, and a jaw so square that the Chinese People's Liberation Army could drive a fleet of tanks through it to massacre student protesters. I've also got curly hair and a background in music. When I haven't got my hat on, I sort of resemble a more human-looking and less shooty Phil Spector. And when I do have my hat on, sort of a less dead Guy Fawkes.
Like a less dead Guy Fawkes, but not like the polar opposite. Just like 60% less dead than Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, by comparison, I'm absolutely full of life. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that is the bar we're working with today, and also looks like OBS is working with as well. We've had 23,000 dropped frames so far, and we've been streaming for 42 minutes. Exciting. Well, really, thanks so much for coming on the show. Have you got any particular projects, stuff coming up that you want to share? We do have your YouTube and Instagram in the chat for people who want to follow what you're doing.
Yeah, I was going to say I've joined Instagram.
Hey,
well, I joined it a while ago, but I've only just started using it. So, yeah, if anyone's interested in what I can best describe as 50% great content and 50% hashtag spam to make it more visible, which I believe is what you're supposed to do, then feel free to give me a follow.
Absolutely. I am glad to hear that, actually, because like I found it today, realized I wasn't following you, and I was like, oh, have I just been ignoring you for years at this point? But yeah, very glad to hear that. Do you follow that? Any shows or anything coming up that you want to share?
Quite a few. I can go through my calendar.
Yeah, why not? I don't want to talk about the election, so let's just do this.
Yeah, fuck it. What's my schedule? No, those are... Oh, yeah. Doing some stuff at Buxton on July 12th, if you're in Buxton. No. Oh, yeah, I'm doing a 10 at North Wales Pride on the 20th of July. Details TV. That'll be my first Wales gig, actually, so that should be interesting.
I've still never gigged in Wales. I've just realised that. Fair enough. I did gig in Doncaster once and got heckled by someone who asked if I was from Wales, though, for whatever that's
nice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I played at a nice Stefford in Llangollen and ended up on Welsh television.
Well, clearly this might be going wrong in my career. I don't gig there enough. I can't pronounce it.
No, it wasn't a comedy gig. I was playing the flute.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That's where you're going wrong, Jonny. You need to start playing the flute.
Hey, you need a flute, Jonny.
I need a flute.
And it was S4C's highest rated segment of the year.
It was. I watched it twice.
Crazy Earthlings just said in reference to the frame dropping, 86% turnout is pretty damn good for any election. Incredible stuff. Cool. Well, thanks very much for coming on the show. If you're in those places, go check him out. Also, just follow Nathan on Instagram to keep updated on if he's coming to a town near you, wherever you may happen to be right now. Most of you, it's probably Manchester, but in which case, yeah, you'll just look at. We'll be sharing that anyway. But cool. Thanks very much for coming on the show. I guess we should probably start the actual show, given that we did start pretty late. I'm probably going to cut out round 4 just for the record. This means nothing to the audience, but just for everyone in the stream, just so we don't.
No, the veil.
Cool. I think round 4. Round 4. That's what I was thinking of. Right, shut up. Our first round.
I can't even know
let's
what
get that
round
ready.
4 was.
It's fine. I'll
It doesn't fucking matter anymore. Anyway,
doesn't matter. No, nothing matters. Nothing matters.
Practicing the chaos, Jonny.
Right, our first round is called Fake News. This round we're going to show each team 3 headlines from the election cycle, 2 real and 1 fake, and the teams will have to hope that they can remember/identify the fake one or feel my wrath. And I've got to hope I accidentally didn't duplicate any headlines from the last 2 months of Broadcast Avalance, given that we've basically had the same 10 people on all of those shows. But I'm too disorganized to have checked, so if this is an easy round, I'm not sorry, you can deal with it. So Laura's team, will start with you. Your 3 headlines are: confused voter says he won't vote Labour in due to condom tax. Ed Davey teams up with So Solid Crew to remix 21 Seconds in statement about the climate crisis. And questioners at Sunak warehouse speech turn out to be undercover Tory councillors. How much attention have you been paying to the election news cycle?
Absolutely none. How about you two?
God, no.
No, I've just been fucking hiding under a rock, mate.
I am glad, because I thought these were really obvious, but that is helpful if you've not been paying attention. I appreciate you.
No, yeah, they're really not.
I don't want the Ed Davey one to be true, because that's too terrifying a prospect for me to.
No, I need Ed Davey to be true, mate. Fucking imagine that.
No,
Come on.
no, it's like causing sensory hell in my brain, and I can't even hear it.
Jonny, do you a favour? Can you post the questions in the chat?
Yeah.
My eyes are shocking.
Yep, give me 2 secs.
Probably
more than 2 secs. That was ambitious. I'm sorry. Give me a number of seconds.
That is.
What is condom tax?
Apparently, someone believes there is a condom tax, and that's why he won't vote Labour.
Oh.
To be fair, tax are the worst thing you want to put in condoms.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's the So Solid Crew.
And
And there's questioners that turn out to be undercover Tory councillors, which we can just discount that as absolutely true.
Yeah.
absolutely yes.
Yeah. That's defo true. Confused voter says that, yeah, because people are idiots with the condom tax. But I really do need Ed Davey to team up with So Solid Crew. If that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I think Johnny's written this thinking that you're going to want this to be true.
You want it to be true.
No.
Which means it's not true.
No.
Surely we'd have heard that. We've seen the water skiing, we've seen the abseiling, we've seen him
we'd have heard about
herding
it.
wildebeest.
Please, is he herding wildebeest? He needs to be herding wildebeest.
Whilst remixing 21 Seconds.
Oh, God. Okay, that I will allow.
Okay, Mabel said it's fine. We can do it.
I'm especially. So anything Ed Davey does especially fucks me off because my mum's name is Davey. So I'm like, he's bringing shame on the family name.
I'm gonna. I've not seen any of this. That like the Sunak one has to be true, right?
Yeah.
It just has to be because
if that's actually fake, then.
Jonny has played a blinder.
Yeah. I mean, it's just got shithousery written all over it, hasn't it? For the.
You're what?
Sorry, I was looking at what Nathan was drinking.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I got really sidetracked by that massive bottle.
Red wine and a Highland Spring bottle.
Oh, beautiful.
Right.
Incredible.
I thought you just use Southwest Water tap water, and that's what it looks like.
Highland Spring.
I feel that hard right now.
I reckon the Ed Davey thing, I think that would have, even though I've been under the rock, that would have been on like some meme pages.
Yeah, you know, right?
That would have like,
Because So Solid Crew is still relevant.
Fucking surely we'd have seen it.
yeah. That would have been what we spoke about as soon as we all got into this meeting, wouldn't it?
It's true, yeah.
Oh.
So it has to be that. It has to be that one that's not true.
Yeah. Laurie, you
Calling it, Jonny.
you pull the trigger, Laurie.
Johnny, we'd like to go for the second one, please.
Let's go for the
Ed
second
Davey
one.
and So Solid Crew.
Ed Davey, So Solid Crew. This might be you're speedrunning the answers to this as well. This is great. Amazing.
We're behind, Johnny.
We are behind.
We really want to do round 4.
Let Jonny sleep. Let Jonny sleep.
No, I appreciate it, but you are correct. That is the fake one. You are correct.
Get in there.
Well done. That's 3 points for
Up to
Laura's team.
Softies.
Yes, a confused voter did tell a Labour canvasser he wouldn't vote for them because of their condom tax, only for the canvasser to say, no, it's non-doms we're taxing. So F's in the chat for any subs in, I guess. And yes, Sunak did place Tory council plants to ask him questions. It did give the game away a bit when one of the questions was, so how does it feel to have the most handsome jawline in politics, Prime Minister? But no, NTV did not.
No, sorry, dead quick, because the one has some jawlines. How fucking good Stuart's jawline, mate.
Stuart's jawline is very good.
Look at that. Now that he's just popped up on our screen, he's like by full screen. That's some jawline.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know what you mean.
Behind a beard.
Well, you're just dead humble. You've got the goatee to try and fucking hide.
I've got the awful.
I can't be too attractive. I need to tone it down.
I've got the awful edgy YouTuber goatee in order to compensate. Yeah.
You look like Walter White if he fucking grew mushrooms instead.
Right, everyone on the stream can enjoy these jokes in like 2 minutes when we actually swap over to Stuart's team so you can see his face. But yeah, Ed Davey did not team up with So Solid Crew. I'm so sorry. That was it was actually Dawn Butler who did a remix of 21 Seconds, 21 days before the election, and Ed Davey who just did pretty much everything else apart from that. So yep, points there for identifying that. Stuart's team, you are next. I nearly forgot to hide the wrong answer there. We'll move that over now. Your 3 headlines are: Jacob Rees-Mogg says he wants to build a wall in the English Channel. Tories criticised for saying Lib Dem candidate is pretending to be blind. And Weatherspoon boss Tim Martin endorses Count Binface over Rishi Sunak in Richmond and Northallerton. I'll pop these in the chat as well for you.
All right, Nathan, I may be a little bit pessimistic, but obviously we're a person down, and our surrogate representative of Lady Diana, I'm a little concerned that was chosen considering what happened the last time Labour got into power. But I'm gonna see what we can do. Also, thank you, JONO, for the compliment. Now people can actually judge for themselves.
Don't worry about it, babe.
I'll text you later. No, I saw the first one was true. I saw that only today when I actually peeked up from behind the blankets and actually embraced the horrifying world that is out there. And I saw that today. So.
I didn't know that. Mabel, is that what your sister said to? What Jacob Rees-Mogg said to the sister when...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for people who don't know, my sister opened her door today expecting to see her mother-in-law and her baby, and Jacob Rees-Mogg was standing there instead, which is a fucking horrible thing to happen to anyone. But she didn't talk. I don't think he did say that he was. I don't think she opened the door and he said, "Good evening, we are going to build a wall in the English Channel." I don't think it was quite that bad. He also wasn't King Charles. No, she just told him that she wasn't going to be voting Conservative because they'd ruined the country, which is incredibly polite because I'm quite surprised she didn't just turn around and shit in his face.
I thought you were going to say you walked in and gone. Sorry.
To get a projectile out of that would have been impressive.
I was going to say, I wish I could shit that hard.
She's been ill today. That's why I saw her.
Fair enough.
It's the worst thing when you're ill. When you're ill, you open the door to Jacob Rees-Mogg, you just think death has come. Like, oh shit, this wasn't a cold after all.
Yes, it was me all along. Of course it was. I've just been trying to speed up the work with my policies.
Oh no! I see. He's a Scooby-Doo villain. He's just dressed as Death.
Takes you off to the afterlife on his penny farthing. Yeah.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you rapscallions.
I did ask if his nanny was with him. Apparently, no. I think
I was half expecting to say he opened the door and was like, "We're going to build a wall in the English Channel, and we need your house as bricks."
Yeah.
A new build, you say, fresh.
The thing about Jacob Rees-Mogg for me is he's got 6 kids, and you know his creepy Easter tweets, sort of like Christ is risen.
He is come.
Christ is risen. He needs to be knocked back and another proving before he can be put into the oven.
But what makes that so much more creepy for me is that you just know that Christ is obviously his pet name for his own penis.
So what you're saying is we should expect baby number 7. And then how many before, like, is it a biblical thing? How many of them actually do occur before the heavens open and the 4 horsemen appear? That's my main question.
Okay, now I just have an image of Jacob Rees-Mogg saying to his wife, "You need to open yourself up for Christ to come in you."
All I've got an image of is Jacob Rees-Mogg with some nails and his penis out and a hammer.
Right. I know I'm asking off to draw next. For
It looks like a raisin. It's either that or it's perfectly spherical.
To steer it away from Jacob Rees-Mogg's penis, which is definitely not a policy, which is definitely not something I'm going to be looking at now while making my vote tomorrow.
Typing it in as we talk.
It's fine. If you get a toy pamphlet through in North Somerset, it's just the picture on the front.
I'll ask my sister.
Highbrow politics quiz, remember?
Yes.
Never claimed to be that.
Topical.
If I were going with the JONO strategy of the thing I want to be true is probably not true, then I want Tim Martin to just outright admit that he's insane and doesn't have any idea how anything works. So I'm sort of veering towards the Tories accusing the Lib Dem candidate of pretending to be blind, because let's face it, all the Tories basically are acting like Alan Partridge. So it does feel like that would be the most true out of any of them.
Fair. So are you leaning towards the Wetherspoons one being false then?
I'm leaning towards that at the moment. Although I didn't even know Count Bimface, I didn't even know he felt like he could blend in against Rishi Sunak, to be fair. I feel like that's a conflict of interest right there.
Apparently Count Bimface is going on tour as well. I know he's got a gig at Hot Water Comedy Club, which is we know whoever it is under there is a straight white male. But,
the clever. Steer away the voters inside that, in wherever he is. Yeah, I like that.
By the way,
that's what we need to do. That's what I think we need to do if we're gonna conquer this. We need to get we just need to get every ally to run, and then just like say they're straight white and a man, and then like that should be enough. Like, just be if whatever you're grilled on, whatever questions they have about economic policies or gender identity or immigrants or things like that, just go, well, as a straight white male, and then stop. Everyone will vote.
I was going to say
that's the perfect candidacy.
I was going to say saying you're straight white and a man is clearly what Jacob Rees-Mogg says every
That's what he says to his wife to ensure that he knows what's going on. Yeah.
Right, so you're thinking Wetherspoons is the false one. Just want to draw attention to Gray the Irving in chat, who says, I refuse to believe Tim Wetherspoons cares about reinstating CFAX. Right, sorry, is that what you're leaving?
I love the fact that you're just referring to him as Tim Wetherspoons.
Yeah,
now.
that's
that's my favorite thing ever. Like, just
Mr. Wetherspoon.
Like Mr. Wetherspoon. That makes him sound endearing. rather than.
Oh,
like,
thank you,
rather than...
affordable. I cannot read your name from here, but thank you for the follow, whoever that was.
Thank you.
Right, so Weatherspoon's false one. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah. Let's go for that.
Cool, you are correct. That is the fake one.
Woo.
With a very
I
delayed
don't think
animation.
I've ever
There we
gotten
are.
that correctly in the, in the entirety of my tenure on this show. I don't think I've ever gotten the fake one right yet.
Well,
Johnny's being kind to us.
yeah.
I need to wear my women's clothing more often. It's a talisman.
Johnny, have you seen the comment that
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a troll. It's a spammer. Well, right, I'm going to deal with that in a minute. Unless I've got any other mods in the chat, so we can delete that.
Thank you.
It's Ed Davey. He's looking for a
Davey?
selling opportunity.
The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best, flexible and convenient. All the mentioned fellow. No, honestly, this is more coherent than the Labour campaign leaflet we had in. So I'm fair play to that. Yes, Jacob Reesborg has said he wants to build a wall in the English Channel. Well, I expect not him personally. Jacob Reesborg probably can't build a Lego brick wall without 2 servants and a nanny to help. But the Tories did indeed claim that a Lib Dem candidate was only pretending to be blind and didn't actually need a service dog, which is wild coming from a party who are so good at pretending to be blind to the impacts of climate change for political points. But no, Tim Martin has not endorsed Count Binface over Rishi Sunak. He actually hasn't endorsed any political party this year, and I think I can speak for everyone when I say, oh, thank fuck for that. So at the end of that round, both teams are on 3 points, so that was a waste of everyone's time. Thanks. Our next round is Between the Lines. This round, we're going to take abridged versions of both Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak's campaign speeches, and the guests are going to translate the subtext between the lines with what they're really saying. So I was going to give Stuart's team first dibs on which one they want, given that they are missing someone, but also Laura has COVID, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be given a choice. And you also tied. Okay. Fuck, I'm going to go with my gut. Stuart, would you rather do Keir Starmer or Rishi Sunak's election speech?
Oh,
So glad you finished that sentence.
yes.
Would you? Shag, marry, kill. Rishi
think...
Sunak, Keir Starmer, Lady Diana. She's already dead. Thank you, Andrew Taylor, for banning that.
I am holding my tongue. For old time's sake, let's give Richie a good bashing one more time.
Oh, fantastic.
That doesn't mean I'd shag him on that thing, by the way.
Incredible. Okay, so we'll start with Stuart, then Nathan, and just like loop in that order. God, there are far too many of these lines. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to read the line, then you just tell me the subtext of what they're actually trying to say, and then we'll move on to the next one. So, Stuart, your first line is: in the last 5 years, our country has fought through the most challenging time since the Second World War.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Okay, Nathan, your line. As I stand here as your Prime Minister, I can't help but reflect that my first proper introduction to you was just over 4 years ago.
After I lost to a woman who subsequently lost to a lettuce.
I told you that we faced a generation-defining moment and that we as a society could not be judged by some government action, but by the small acts of kindness we showed one another.
Hey, if a Prime Minister does it, it isn't illegal.
You met that challenge and then some, and I have never been prouder to be British.
I too know hardship. I grew up without Sky TV.
That was actually the next line. You preempted it. And when I introduced the furlough scheme, I did so not because I just saw a country in desperate need of help, albeit we were, but because I saw a country whose future hung in the balance.
And nay, someone's got to work the poorhouses.
I have never and will never leave the people of this country to face the darkest of days alone.
Except on July 5th when I'm off to California.
What an end.
We were hit by a pandemic that upended normal life. Who would have thought that the government would tell us how many times a day we could leave our homes?
Someday. Someday. That will be a reality again.
I came to office, above all, to restore economic stability.
Oopsies.
And because of our collective sacrifice and hard work, we have reached 2 major milestones in delivering that stability.
I, for one, cancelled my Netflix subscription.
Just a reminder, he was absolutely soaked while reciting this speech. Our economy is now growing faster than anyone predicted, outpacing Germany, France, and the US.
Depending on how you look at the statistics.
I'm going to say it's very easy to grow your economy faster when you've crashed it to less than 0. And this morning it was confirmed that inflation is back to normal.
Now you're just paying extra for bread every other week.
This is proof that the plan and priorities I set out are working. No, fair. I recognise that it has not always been easy. Some of you will just be starting to feel the benefits, and for some it might still be hard when you look at your bank balance.
We're sorry, Rishi can't come to the phone right now. Please leave a message after the tone.
Now is the moment for Britain to choose its future.
And now is also the moment for me to get packing for California.
To decide whether we want to build on the progress we have made or risk going back to square one with no plan and no certainty.
Or perhaps we'd like to see what's behind door number 3. Oh, it's annexation by Germany.
Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament.
He told me to fuck off. He was dealing with cancer.
The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on July 4th.
Sorry, I'm still having that one. Sorry, can you repeat that? Can you repeat that, John?
The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on July 4th.
So now all I have to do is wait for the ship to come in.
These uncertain times call for a clear plan and bold action to charter a course to a secure future.
And I'm absolutely not the man to provide it.
You must choose in this election who has that plan, who is prepared to take bold action necessary to secure a better future for our country and children.
And if you can find him, I'll be bloody surprised.
Now, I cannot and will not claim that we have got everything right.
I cannot and will not claim we have got anything right.
But I am proud of what we have achieved together, the bold actions we have taken, and I'm confident about what we can do in the future.
Hello, Donald? Yeah, I'm gonna need the bunk bed.
I hope that my work since I became Prime Minister shows that we have a plan and are prepared to take bold action necessary for our country to flourish.
Yeah.
Now, I have stuck with that plan, and I've always been honest with you about what is needed, even when that's been difficult.
Oh, I crack myself up sometimes.
I can't say the same thing for the Labour Party, because I don't know what they offer, and in truth, I don't think you know either.
They certainly don't offer US green cards.
On July 5th, either Keir Starmer or I will be Prime Minister.
Or Ed Davey will be performing with So Solid Crew live in front of 10 Downing Street.
He has shown time and time again that he will take the easy way out and do anything to get power.
Darling, did you book that flight on July 5th?
Over the next few weeks, I will fight for every vote.
to be given to whoever else can handle this.
Last one. I will earn your trust, and I will prove to you that only a Conservative government led by me will deliver a secure future for you, your family, and our United Kingdom.
Much like I earned millions and millions of pounds betting against the pound during the financial crisis.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Well done for sitting through that. I did abridge that quite a bit, but it was still very long. Cool, I'm going to give you 3 points for that. Enjoyed that a lot. Right, Laura's team, you've got Keir Starmer's speech, which is just as riveting.
Oh, God.
Let me find the right fucking thing. Right, so we'll start with Laura, then Jono, then Mabel. Let me scroll all the way up to the beginning of this one. Okay, so Laura, your first line is, "Thank you all for coming here on a bank holiday Monday."
Thank you all for coming here. You've got better shit to do.
Jono, "Now, like everyone, I imagine my character is shaped by where I started in life. I grew up in a small town called Oxted, a place that, in my opinion, is about as English as it gets."
I'm trying my best to look fucking normal for you, all right? So just try and deal with what you've got for now.
Mabel, "I loved growing up there. You could make easy pocket money by cleaning stones for the local farmers. That was actually my first job."
I scrubbed those stones till they shone. And farmers tried to shoot me.
It's part of why
I was an obnoxious little shit.
It's part of why I love our country. The sort of quiet, uncomplaining resilience, the togetherness of the countryside. That is the best of British.
Would anybody like to come camping with me? I've got a two-berth.
My own story is testament to this, because it wasn't easy for us. My dad was a tool maker.
So, right, I'm trying to look as common as possible because I've just realised how fucked the country actually is. So, could you actually trust the son of a fucking toolmaker to deal with all this?
I know what out-of-control inflation feels like. How the rising cost of living can make you scared of the postman coming down the path. Will he bring another bill we can't afford?
My naked wines bill was intense. I paid £150 for that Chablis. And seriously, I didn't know if I could afford my 28-year aged another day. But my father was a toolmaker, and so I had the ability to uncork an older bottle of wine that we'd been saving. Thanks to the tools my father made me.
For a long time now, working people have believed opportunity in Britain is stacked against them.
For a long time now, people have been reading the shit on Facebook.
But now we are at a dangerous new point, close to crossing a Rubicon on trust, not just in politics, but in so many of the institutions that are meant to serve and protect the British people.
Oh, the fucking hell, I'm going to do this now.
And when you put that alongside a government that over 14 years has left living standards in this country worse than when they found them, Westminster parties that broke rules they put in place to save lives, rules they expected you to follow but ignored themselves, then you get a crisis in nothing less than who we are as a nation.
We have someone to blame. It's great. Really shit. It's brilliant. We're just going to win. We're just to win. They just have to lose. I'm the most boring man in the world, and I can just win this.
Politics has to be about service. Britain must be a country that respects your contribution. Everyone, not just those at the top, deserves the chance to get on. These are the ideas I'm fighting for.
I will be taxing everybody who will not vote for me.
That'd be a fucking base move. I'd respect that, not gonna lie. This is my project. A Britain once more in the service of working people. Country first, party second.
Why did Corbyn fucking lose? It would have been so much easier to just go in after him than what he's left behind. Fucking Ricky. Why have you done it?
I know there are countless people who haven't decided how they'll vote in this election.
Because let's face it, the choice is unbearable.
They're fed up with the failure, chaos and division of the Tories, but they still have questions about us. Has Labour changed enough? Do I trust them with my money, our borders, our security?
No, but we're still going to have to vote for you.
My answer is yes, you can, because I have changed this party permanently.
Oh, fuck that, haven't I?
I haven't worked for 4 years on this, just to stop now. This is the foundation, the bedrock that our manifesto and our first steps will be built upon.
We're going to have a 5-year government that no one is going to like, and then the fascists are going to take over.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, stop being funny and just very real now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We'll crack on.
All right.
Step 1, economic stability, the very foundation of growth, with tough spending rules that mean we can keep inflation, taxes and mortgages low.
Step 2, my favourite Steps album.
Step 2, we will cut NHS waiting times, 40,000 extra appointments every week, paid for by cracking down on tax avoidance and non-DOMs.
Right. I know it sounds good, but how am I going to do that again?
But taxable as condoms, surely. Step 3, we will launch a new border security command with new specialist investigators, new resources and new powers.
Look, see, we're racist too. Look.
Step
Oh, amazing.
Step 4, we will set up Great British Energy, paid for by a windfall tax on the energy giants who made record profits while your bills went through the roof.
Speeches are easy when you just list things.
Step 5, we'll crack down on antisocial behaviour. We'll get more police on the streets in your town, 13,000 new officers and community support officers paid for by cutting down on wasteful contracts.
You know when you said about the police? Are we still, to make it cheaper, just not checking their criminal background first? Yeah, we'll put that one down, yeah.
I also want to point out, I saw 2 police women today shooing a fucking pigeon off. We do not need more of these people.
Yeah, but what if that pigeon had a knife?
Did the pigeon have any ID on it?
Oh, no, do you know what? It didn't.
There we go.
I can't vote
Undocumented.
And step 6, we'll also get 6,500 new teachers in the classroom, paid for by removing tax breaks on private schools.
We won't get the original teachers back, though, because they'll have all fucking left because the conditions in these schools are absolutely fucking terrible, and there is no real way of guaranteeing decent health care, like well-being for teachers. The behaviour rules that we have put in, that have been put in over the last 20 years, even to be fair, when Labour were in government, have been absolutely draconian, which is driving teachers out in droves. And I'm just going to stop now because this is getting personal.
I didn't give you that one on purpose, but that was a happy coincidence. All elections are a choice, and this is a clear one. Levelling up and the NHS with Labour, or more desperate chaos with the Tories?
All elections are a choice. Desperate chaos with the Tories, or more of Mabel's rants.
If I could vote for just Mabel's rant specifically, I'd be all over it, yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I took this Labour Party 4.5 years ago, and I changed it into the party you see today.
So, I found Tony Blair's diary. Right. And it had some cracking ideas in it.
I was criticised for some of the changes I've made.
I was criticised for all of the changes I'd made.
But whenever I face a fork in the road, it always comes back to this. The golden thread. Country first, party second.
Country first, party second. If they're lucky, reform might be second.
I have changed the Labour Party, dragged it back to service, and I will do exactly the same for Westminster.
They didn't think I'd get this far.
Service isn't just a word. It requires action. You have to roll up your sleeves and change things for the better.
It's like my father, who owned a tool factory. He rolled up his sleeves and cracked down on unions. That is what got us in the position we are today. Me running for Prime Minister. With money.
Right, last few now. That is the choice at this election. Service or self-interest. Stability or chaos. A Labour Party that has changed, or a Tory party that has run away from the mainstream.
Look, the same people are going to vote for us. Just vote for us. It's going to be enough. Just let the rest eat each other. It's fine.
The choice is yours. You can stop the chaos. You can turn the page. You can join with us, and together we can rebuild our country.
You go on. The far left isn't actually that good, you know. Have you even read The Ragged Stars and Philanthropist? It's actually much longer than what you think. So, why don't let's just stick to centre. Let's just get on with it.
I read The Third Way.
Thank you.
I think it's really frustrating that now that he says, like, he's putting it all out there. He says, country first, party second. Unfortunately, what we don't realise is because it's a speech, he's spelling that C-U-N-T-R-Y.
Last line is just thank you.
No.
You're welcome.
Brilliant. I enjoy both of them a lot. Fuck it, both get 3 points again. It's just, again, this is all a waste of time. You're neck and neck, 6 points each. Well done, everyone. So we're going to have a quick break now. The only break of the stream. We're only doing 4 rounds rather than the usual 6. Just a reminder. I'll say reminder. I forgot to say it at the beginning. This stream is a fundraiser. We're raising funds for not ourselves. Isn't that fun? Sorry, none of you are getting paid.
I'm never getting paid anyway.
This is...
No wonder we have so many dropouts.
Probably, yeah.
Sorry, I don't need money.
Why isn't the command working? I must have misspelt it in the command.
I'm not even on the screen, so that joke didn't even work.
Yes, we are... This stream is in aid of the Manchester Refugee Support Network. Refugees and indeed all expats in this country are scapegoated as political football for at the best of times, and these are not the best of times. So increasingly so in this election. So yeah, this is a vital service to support and ensure refugees have access to the resource and support that they need. Go check out the website to see more about the great work they do, and you can support via the GoFundMe in the chat. I picked a local one because realistically we're only going to raise like it. We've got a target of 200 quid. I reckon we can reach that if you can spare anything, even if it's just a couple of quid, that'd be really helpful. The money you would normally give to us, please give to that this time. And the money you wouldn't normally give to us, donate towards that as well.
And as a teacher, I would like to say that the best students that I have ever had have been refugees. They are always so keen to be learning and trying to fit in and trying to work to, the stories that are heard in newspapers and right-wing rags are so massively rare compared to the sheer amount of people who look after their children all day and turn up to, or go to work all day and turn up to classes at 8 p.m. to take, to learn English and learn maths and, work to get qualifications that mean that they can participate fully in this country in a way that, that a lot of people who are running things would not ever bother to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The GoFundMe link is in the chat. Do support that, try and help us reach our target. That would be amazing. I wanted to do an election stream, but it felt more right to, with how fucking shit everything is too. Raise some funds for something important. And I went for like a local one because realistically the money we're raising isn't going to really affect like the big charities, although they are also, most of them are also pretty good as well. There are a couple of sketchy ones. Just for the support of helping the local community, that would be a good one to go for. So please throw some money that way if you can. If you can't, that is also fine as well. I'm very glad you're here anyway. Janae Steve, thank you for joining the chat. I do have to compliment Nathan on his Fetus Sackville West cosplay. Strong on. Spot on. I don't actually get that reference, but Mabel enjoyed it, so I'm going to assume it's
beautiful.
It's a good one. Cool, good. I will brush up on my knowledge and laugh at that retrospectively.
Johnny, during this break, can we find a way of getting so whenever either Stuart or Nathan talks, Diana changes to face whoever's talking? Because Diana has been ignoring Stuart the entire night.
If I was good enough at OBS to sort that out, I would very much do that.
Diana, is it because I'm Northern?
Just blanking.
Diana, it's okay. I know you were murdered.
Diana, why did they use Cornish granite to make your fountain? It's rubbish. It could have been used on something so much better.
Oh wow! Is this become the quiz, Diana?
Is your biggest regret that you didn't live long enough to see Greg Rosetsky reach the US Open final?
Still lost it.
If only you were here today, we could get to the Euros final. You might have missed this. It's coming home, even though you never did.
Like Gareth Southgate, get Diana in charge. She knows what to do.
Once again, I love that this topical election quiz is now just full of
football.
Incredible.
25-year-old jokes.
That's I think fair. Like we started this out as a discussion about the election. It's devolved into football. That's essentially every conversation in every pub in the UK right now.
Yeah.
This is a very accurate depiction of our nation right now.
Also, we're about to have a Labour landslide victory if the polls are anything to go by. And let's face it, that's about as 97, 98 as you can get.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fair point.
Exactly. I'm just hoping they bring back Robot Wars.
Oh God, yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, they bring back Robot Wars, but it's going to be Boris Johnson hosting it.
No.
To be fair, no. If it keeps him away from doing anything else, I would watch that. To be fair,
you know what? I don't forget it. If they don't bring back Robot Wars, I will just tie a fork to a toaster, put wheels on it, and we can just go.
Yes, I'm game for that.
I'm just looking forward to Elton John writing a song for Rishi Sunak leaving.
All your life, you spent your time like a pile of shit in a corner. Killed so many old people.
Oh, I sent Lorien cover into that Facebook chat if you just want to have a listen to it.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to put it through the stream currently, but yeah, I'll definitely give it a listen.
I don't think it can be played, actually.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, well, that's fine then. We can all listen to it.
I sent it to you, yes, so you can all...
It's all right.
Do you want my missus's feedback on your band?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me just get it up again. It was pleasantly surprised initially, and then it went on to, yes, I'm listening to This Is Great Britain, and it's really up my alley.
I love that. That's one of my favourite ones, yeah.
It is a really good song. That one particularly, like, yeah.
I would say, get yourself out from up my missus's alley, because that's my job.
When we did that, we both like dance music, and we did that to sort of make it. That's our normal song, but we had that much fun doing it. We were in the studio like last year. We released 2 tracks, White Phosphorus and Raindrops. And because we're into our rave scene, we just sat there and we just for a laugh. If we're punk, what's more punk than just dropping 2 fucking dance tracks? So we just sat there going. I try to think what I can say without it being without getting us in trouble. We transcended this plane, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Incredible. I love that.
The dance music that we made, it was like, nah, no way could we do that sober. Do you know what I mean?
I'm looking forward to it. I really liked your version of was it Sailor V that we had on one of these streams a while back. That was a lot of fun.
No, one of the girls from Sailor V, they own a pub in the Whittle, and my mate goes there and he went, hey, listen to this. And she went, that's fucking horrible.
I'm gonna get another drink. We'll start again in like 3 minutes. So if anyone wants to go grab.
Jono, may I ask which pub in the Wirral? Unless you want to not name and shame.
I don't know. It's Wallasey somewhere.
Okay. The pubs I know in Wallasey tend to be, it's like a 50-50 whether someone's being serious or someone's having a laugh with you there. I can't. It depends on the pub.
That's right. I've read though that she does own something in the Whittle, so I do believe him.
That's fair. No, Wallace is lovely. My uncle and my cousin lives there. My uncle, my cousins live there, all in different houses, all on the same road, which is the most Wirral thing you could possibly ever. Yeah, no, literally, that's like they can see each other's back gardens, and I mean,
you say that my family, my grandparents, my great aunt, and my other grandparents all lived in the same village when I was growing up, which is the most Cornish thing ever. And my grandparents, my mum's family, have lived there since the 1300s, which is why I'm so into it. Like, seriously, I have the marker of Cornish inbreeding, which is so when I stretch my hands out, my knuckle goes that way.
Do you know what?
My middle finger goes that way on both hands, and that's like the genetic marker of like Cornish inbreeding. It's really weird.
If your grandma's lived there since 1300s, it certainly explains why she's voting for reform.
Absolutely. Dementia explains the other half of that, because she does also believe that King Charles runs the EU.
Why would she vote reform then? Like, surely we're in charge. Like, we shouldn't be worried about
MABEL.
EU at all.
Prince Charles is bloody awful, and he runs the EU, and he's doing it to bring down Cornwall.
MABEL,
specifically Cornwall.
Is that like near? What are the ley lines? What are they?
The ley lines of Cornwall.
Is the Cornwall associated with ley lines? Because I don't. What is the score with ley lines? What is that?
I have no fucking idea. It's just a weird thing where someone went, oh yeah, so all these things are basically some prick in the 1800s when, so these are all like the landmarks around the place. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? You can draw lines between these, because of course you fucking can. And then went, oh, well, those are ley lines, and they're like mystical. It's just Celtic revival shit.
I remember I went to Bristol and we went to a bar and there was a lot of like fucking pagans and stuff in there. But I felt there was a part where we were driving, like in Somerset, my birds, nan and granddad lived there, and there's parts of Somerset I feel like calmness. I never really looked into all that stuff, but I get this weird calm feeling, you know what I mean? Like there's something nice about the energy there.
That's just because there's more sheep than people.
Yeah, probably, innit? Probably. But wait, I don't know. I reckon there might be something with like spirituality, vibrations and certain areas. Now, because like Stonehenge, where it's been built, I know like it's to do with like the summer solstice.
A lot of that stuff. I think the thing is, it's less about ley lines. It's more about the fact that people knew, because people were really into. Sorry, I'm going full history now. We can get back to topical quizzes in a moment.
That's fine. 3 for Laura's get back anyway, so we're fine.
Like,
Oh, I'm here.
because
Oh, cool.
of how because of how things last in history, and so you have to look at history by the fact that we only know what's there because of what's left. And the thing is that the things that are left are in really nice places because they were either really, really well built, or they were really considerate of the place they were being built. So actually, a lot of that sort of land and that good feeling is the fact that it's been something that's really well built in a really good place. I think that's really important to consider, is just that. And also, put it this way, there is a real mystical sense that you get because you are connected to people who were there, were there. At one point you go, people built this. And you go, like, in Cornwall, one of the things that's really important is something, Cornish hedges. So hedges are like our walls. And they're, some of them are older than the pyramids. And when you're around one and you just go, oh my God.
That's,
1,000 years ago, built this, and it's still here, it's still working for its intended purpose, like keeping sheep in a pen. Like, it's still, it's still, you know, and you sort of go, and it's that connection of going, we're not actually as different as we imagine that someone 3,000 years ago was. I think that's probably more, because that plus the land, things like that.
I was raised, so I'm Irish Catholic, and I was raised proper Irish Catholic. And I stopped. I am religious now, but not in the same sense as I was growing up. I went quite atheist, and then I went to Thailand and I met Buddhists, and I was like, you're using onto something here. And I seen ancient structures in the middle of the jungle. I'm like, how the fuck am I never seen this in a book or anything? This is amazing. Like what you're saying now, but that spirituality, we believe. But now what I think is, like, I do believe in, like, there's something else when we die, and like, but when I think of Jesus, I'm like, maybe he's a healer, maybe he's a spiritual healer.
If you're feeling a lot of that stuff, like, sorry to get all weirdly religious and like,
no,
in the sort of like the religious kind of element of how we feel about history and how we feel about culture, it sounds like what you really appreciate is like sort of paganism, which is like the sort of idea of connection with nature and connection with your past, and connection with like how we, and unfortunately paganism does have lots of weird, like, right-wing bullshit attached to it, which is really unfortunate.
And they all do. Do you know what I mean?
But like a lot of the sort of like those kind of people, like the note, and a lot of it is connecting with people who lived a very, very long time ago, and connecting with the natural world, and connecting with how we relate to that. And I think that's really that's a really important notion of how we deal with like.
It's like the argument, like when people use like the arguments of like Islam, and like they're using Islam at the minute, and they try and twist it as like a religion of hate, and they use like what's happening, like conflicts and stuff, and what we've done to the Middle East. My dad, he was kidnapped a few years ago. He worked at an oil rig in Algeria, and he'd train up locals who would work there, and they protected him. And they wrapped them. The armed people come in looking for them. They wrapped them in a prayer mat, put them in this cupboard, and my dad's like, what am I going to do if I need to go to the toilet? Because he knows how important the prayer mat is. And they said, like, just use it. Like, if you need to poo or piss, we'll get it. Like, we're trying to help you. Allah wants the best for you. And after that, like, I don't know, Abrahamic religions seem to be distancing from spirituality, but a lot of, like, Islamic believers have met up closer to spiritualism than Christianity. It's mad, isn't it?
They're distancing
So what you're saying is,
from their own history, and how like they're forgetting. I think honestly, like, Judaism is probably the best in terms of like, okay, so this is actually the Torah and things like that are a historic text, and we understand that in its context. And I think that's something that certainly Christianity, and certainly like Western Christianity, doesn't get in a way.
Hey, Queer Buccaneer, thanks so much for the raid. Party of 13, incredible. Oh, we should probably get back to the show in that case.
That was a really good conversation. That don't make
I do apologise. Thanks so much. For joining.
That was riveting. That was really riveting.
I hope you're all feeling just as excited for the election as we are. Thank you for the new follow as well. Appreciate it very much. Do
you remember last week when during the break we were just talking about testicles?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Queer Buccaneer might have raided then as well. Which,
I hear the call.
to be fair, we might retain
What
more.
do you say?
We might retain more viewers if we shifted to talking about testicles rather than politics. But appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for the queer pirate raid. So just as a quick refresher, this we are having an election special of our broadcast Avalance show. It's entirely topical panel humour, and definitely not mostly 90s references.
And this is why you got a medievalist on to be really
Yeah. This is an election special where we're trying to avoid talking about the election as much as possible. Currently, both teams are on 6 points. But as this is an election special, really the distribution of points doesn't actually mean anything. It's all about where those points are that actually shapes the final result. Right, we got 2 more. Oh, and also this is a fundraiser for the Manchester Refugee Support Network. We've got a target of £200, which is modest, but I think we can achieve that.
Donate.
Why do I always get the command wrong?
Donate.
It's not donate, confusingly. That's the normal Blizzard one. I should have turned that off, but I didn't.
Don't press that button.
The GoFundMe is there. They're really lovely organisation. It provides support and resources to refugees who are living in Manchester. I think we can all agree over the last 14 years, but especially the last few months, things have been particularly bad for them in terms of political scapegoating, and with the Rise and Reform, you really do need all the support we can get. That felt like a really relevant and pertinent thing to support and champion in this time. So do go chuck them a couple of quid if you can, and if not, still stick around and enjoy the show. I hope this provides some catharsis to you with the absolute shit show that's going to go down tomorrow. I mean, it's so weird to be almost certainly looking at the exit of a Tory party and feel this depressed about it. Like, I'm glad they're leaving, but it's hard.
I'm really sorry to do the serious thing again of like, I've been in teacher mode all day, so I'm kind of still there. But don't forget that it is, however depressing it is that we are going from something that isn't entirely different, it is still absolutely valid and okay to take your wins where you get them, and to really celebrate that we are losing a party that has done so much damage. That is okay, and that is something we can absolutely celebrate and should.
Yep, absolutely.
It's about
Mabel, you are far too optimistic for this show. I'm sorry. No, genuinely.
Mabel. Why don't we get Mabel as a bloody leader of Labour now?
There we go. Yes,
vote Mabel.
We will be losing fucking awful individuals, and we should celebrate that those individuals are fucking gone.
It is going to be very funny. And that
is going to be brilliant. It doesn't matter who's coming in afterwards.
Not
to worry about that on Saturday.
Not to be the bearer of pessimism, I would like to celebrate 36 hours from now rather than right now.
Yes.
To be absolutely fair. Remember to go out and actually vote tomorrow.
You should do that.
He's got a point when Corbyn was facing Boris. That was apocalyptic when that came in.
We don't want to pull.
Living in the EU when that was happening. Try living in Germany when that actually happened. That was me.
What I'm saying, try having it be your birthday on Brexit.
Oh God. Oh God.
But what I'm saying is that on Friday, when if and when Conservatives go out, we can celebrate.
Oh,
then
yeah.
on Saturday,
Very much intending to.
Saturday, we get back to fucking fighting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can have that Friday.
Absolutely.
Do you know what, though? It's a double-edged sword, because if we do fix the country, I've got fuck all to write music about. We need something, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When the Tories are gone, I'm going to lose a good 30% of my material. So
you're right.
That's completely fair.
Obsolete. On a personal level, come on,
Onward,
do you know
Jonny,
what
I'm very sorry.
Do you know what I genuinely like? We had a Blizzard show less than a week before the 2019 election, and there was a bit of me in the back of my head sort of being like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to write so much new stuff." Once Labour win this and all the problems are fixed, but luckily I didn't have to do that. So I think
when I applied for PhDs, my gran wants me to be a lawyer, and it's a problem. Although my sister's gone on to do law, and now she can bear that. But my gran wanted me to be a lawyer, and when I was looking at PhDs, she suggested I do a PhD in medieval law because you never know, it might be transferable. and I was like, come on, Granny. And then a week later, Michael Gove became Justice Minister. And I was like, She was right.
That is a wonderful note.
Well, it's like that song you like, Jonny. What is it? Lights Out, and what the line.
Yeah, I love that
He
one a lot,
studied
yeah.
ancient history and he becomes a fucking MP.
Yeah.
I was data analyst on an overnight radio show back in 2015.
Yeah.
Like
there we go, Home Secretary.
No. Sit next to the PC all night as the results came in to give the latest results. We had a TV up the top, and we started at 9 o'clock. And there are a bunch of people in the room next to the studio, and there was an awful lot of booze in there because we were thinking probably hung Parliament for 2015, maybe.
Yeah, no,
and then when the gong went at 10, and it said there was Cameron's hammer-addled face on the screen. Most of that booze went to me.
Incredible.
Yeah,
It was your fault, Laura.
I genuinely broke 3 Ofcom rules that night.
Oh, amazing.
We're breaking out the good wine tomorrow, no matter what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, let's go on with our next round. This is the portion of the show I'm going to affectionately refer to as the portion of the show I didn't get time to script, so it's going to be even more shambolic from here. Also, hello, first-time chatters, Rabies of Blood. Have you not chatted before? I'm sure I recognise your name. Maybe you just followed before. Anyway, thank you for the chat anyway. Hope you're doing well. So our next round is Gammon Fishing, and appropriately to... let's say celebrate the last 14 years of Tory rule. We are going to have a look at some quotes from the last 5 Tory prime ministers in almost as many years. And what we're going to do is we're going to change all the nouns so they are now gibberish, and you have to try and translate what the quote actually is, what the politician was mad about, what point they were trying to make, and bonus points so you can identify which of the last 5 Tory prime ministers said this quote. So we're going to start with Laura's team. I will put these in the chat as well, by the way. I'm not expecting people to read these on the stream for those who are actually in it. So your quote is... I'd personally like to see human rims adaptation go, because I think we have had some processions with it. We all know the straitjackets about the human rims adaptation, about the illegal imperfection who cannot be deported because, and I'm not making this up, he had a petunia cataract. Right, I'm going to pop this in the chat so you can read it. The changed words are capitalized, so those are the ones you need to translate.
Did you say rim?
I did say rims. Yep, I said rims twice. I said
rims.
Human rims adaptation.
Human rims.
And honestly, if the Tories had talked about rimming more, I may be more sympathetic to them.
I know. Yo, you got me with rimming. Let's go.
Right, okay. Okay, so this is the Human Rights Act.
Yep, correct.
There are issues with the Human Rights there because we have had some problems with it. We all know the stories about Human Rights Act about the illegal immigrant who cannot be deported, and I am not making this up, because he had, and I can't remember what petunia cataract
you were
is.
so close. That was almost perfect. To be honest, this is a clue, but the words are actually in those words.
What if they got the cataracts?
Oh, a pet cat.
Pet cat. That's the one. Wow. Okay, that was very quick.
So I'm gonna pitch for this being. I'm going to pitch for this being either Theresa May or Liz Truss because of the, and I'm not making this up.
I'm going to need to go for one or the other. So do you think it's
Theresa May?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking Theresa May as well.
Theresa May is correct. Yep, this is Theresa May. Yep.
She said, and I'm not making this up a lot.
Theresa May.
She was absolutely fucking making it up.
Absolutely making it up. Yeah, no, 100%.
Imagine Theresa May rimming no lad, you know what I mean? That's a fucking act, though, you know.
To me, if she has the flexibility that she had when she was performing Dancing Queen.
To be honest, if she's the problem with her doing something like that is that you're obviously going to get like the fibers from the wheat.
Yeah.
And that's gonna
Yep, so the full quote is, I'd personally like to see the Human Rights Act go because I think we have had some problems with it, which is a reassuring sentence to hear. And bear in mind, Theresa May is considered one of the more sane prime ministers of the last 14 years.
Also, can we just point out that humans do shed a lot of skin as they run, so there is a chance that that's then been harvested after Theresa May has been running through a field of wheat, and somebody has inadvertently stuck some Weetabix in their bowl. No, I'm thinking more Weetabix, bit of sugar on top. So some milk, and then a nice bowl of Theresa May.
Oh no!
Do you know now that we've figured out who it was? So if you had had in that, in brackets, now awkwardly smiles at camera, that would have said Liz Truss. That would have been Liz Truss.
Yeah.
Pork market.
I'm going to spoil it and say the pork markets quote is not in this one, but I was very tempted.
It's the most famous Liz Truss quote. You've got
Well, that would make it obvious.
it.
Yeah, but
So
so these are, I think these are all at the time that they were Prime Minister, or at least shortly afterwards. I could be wrong, though. I did this at like 2 in the morning. Compile these together.
Quickly looks for the one speech that Liz Truss did in their tenure.
Yeah.
The first fucking thing I said when we came out of the EU was, "Oh well, they'll be going for the Human Rights Act then."
Yeah.
And then like really soon after, it was all like, "Well, I think the Human Rights Act has some issues," and I was like, "Hold it."
The problem with Human Rights Act, too many human rights.
Too many human rights in it. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Humans have rights. And really, are they human?
Too much human rights, not enough act. Right.
What is it? What's the Terry Pratchett quote? Evil truly begins when you treat people as things.
Just because they identify as human doesn't make them so.
Just because they identify as rights doesn't make them right.
Yeah, no, that one would definitely be Liz Truss.
Yeah, no, that
cool.
one.
So, well done there, Mabel. That's 3 points for Laura's team. Okay, Stuart, your first one is. I will put this in the chat as well. Noggin told me that what we were doing was, as you say, against the ruminations. That the evildoer in Quickie was something. That we were going to do something that wasn't a work evildoer. And as I said in the House Full of Commons, when I went into that garment, threshold, I was attending a work evildoer. I'll pop these in the chat.
Oh, wow. I think we know who this is. I think the question is...
yeah, this might be a bit of an easy one there.
Words were the same. Even if it would still be the same person.
Yeah, no, I actually forgot to change this one. This is verbatim.
Sorry, are these Smash Mouth lyrics?
Does this follow the same rules as the last one, that the answers in the word?
No, basically it's just a number of words ahead in the dictionary. So it usually starts with the same letter.
The same letter.
Usually starts with the same letter, or at the very most, like the letter before it.
No, because I was just saying the first 3 letters in that first word. I thought, are you sure this isn't Nigel Farage?
To be fair, Boris Johnson as well, definitely believable.
Yeah,
You've given it away now, Johnny.
Well, I mean, everyone knew that. I didn't give this away. Everyone knew this was Boris.
Yeah, it was Boris Johnson.
I think he could have given this speech, and we would have been like, "Yeah, that's Boris."
So
was perma nocta.
Lemon juice autograph. Yeah, no, definitely. Rumination. Rumination is rules.
Yep.
Evildoer is event.
Yep.
This is to do with the famous Tory Seinfeld binge watching session that they were doing in the middle of the pandemic.
Yep.
I'm just trying to remember what the rest of the. I blotted this from my mind out of traumatic endeavors. So I'm trying to remember the actual wording. Who is Noggin? Do you think, Nathan?
Shit.
Or is that just what he calls his penis?
Could well be.
Before getting the hammer out with the nails.
Hold on. I do know it in Latin, but I'm just checking.
So rumination is rules. Evildoer is event. Houseful, obviously house. Garments.
I can't remember the quote, but one of them's going to be work event, is it not?
Yeah, he is event.
Yeah. Evildoer is event. Evildoer on all. Garment,
Yeah.
I'm guessing gathering?
Yep, that's the
gathering.
one.
Threshold is thought. I thought I was attending a work event. The other ones are Kraken and Noggin and Quickie. They're the only ones I'm
just so as we know, if Boris refers to his penis as penem, if he's referring to it in the accusative.
The accusative penis.
That's fair. So I'm the only one I'm blanking on is Noggin, but it's something told me that what we were doing was, as you say, against the rules. That the event in question was something that we were going to do, something that wasn't a work event. And as I said in the House of Commons when I went out to that gathering, I
sorry,
attending a work event.
That one actually isn't gathering. I lied to you. Sorry.
Thanks, Jonny.
Can I help them if I do a northern accent like Maxine would?
Please do.
Sure.
Please do.
mean, they will get the points, but if you want to.
Hang on, Mabel. Turncoats.
I just love Maxine.
Mabel, they have the helper Princess Di here. They don't need you.
Mabel Slattery outing herself as a reform candidate, right?
I really want to say this word. I really want to say this word in a Leeds accent.
Go on.
Go on.
No one told me that what we were doing was, as you say, against the rules.
I was
which is weird because I thought it was nobody.
Nobody is actually the correct one. Yeah, I was going to say no one is wrong. So
that's what was throwing me off. Yeah, that's what was throwing me off.
No one. Yeah.
Was Garmin Gala?
Nope.
Oh wow! Why am I blanking this?
Gammon.
I'm blanking on it.
You will like to kick
me.
yourself. Well, okay. You've already had help, so I'll probably just give you the 2 points for this one. So it's actually garden. I went out into that garden. I thought I was attending a work event. Nobody told me that what we were doing was, as you say, against the rules. That the event in question was something that we were going to do. This is really badly transcribed, not my fault, that we were going to do something that wasn't a work event, and as I said in the House of Commons, yeah.
I was going to say very well transcribed.
Oh
Jonny.
yeah, too well transcribed.
Very pictured.
And as I said in the House of Commons,
perfectly.
And as I said in the House of Commons, when I went into that garden, I thought I was attending a work event. This is of course Boris Johnson defending himself against all the parties that we know definitely happened. And every time a little bit more finding out, being like, okay, yeah, that happened, but I wasn't there. And like, okay, I was there, but I didn't think it was a party. And like, okay, I knew it was a party, but I didn't think that was against the rules. Okay, I didn't realise I was Prime Minister at the time. I don't know. I cannot be held accountable for this. So 2 points to Stuart's team for that one.
Something as an event, you probably shouldn't be there.
Also worth noting that like the rules at the time also didn't allow work events, so it is like unless
it's
it
a
was,
moot point.
Yeah, like unless it was specifically needed for the purposes of the work, like not allowed to have like a pizza party at work. Cool. Okay, we'll go back to Laura's team for the next one. A bit of a longer one now. I will put this in the chat.
Oh Lord.
This coaster has a clear new yeasts resort to killjoy off the hearing and sage cumulus for good. I want 2012 to go. That probably gives away who this is. To go downgrade in Hitch as not just as Olympics yeast or diarist judgment yeast, but the yeast we get a lotus of this pointless time wasting out of the British Eddy and British Lifeline once and for all. We need to realise collectively that we cannot eliminate right and that some accommodations are inevitable. I'll pop this in the chat for you.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
at no points did you mention women, so I'm not asking.
He's not interested.
Let's just say that it's Olympics. It's 2012. It's probably Cameron, but it could still be Johnson.
Yeah, it is Cameron. You're correct. You get the point there.
There we go.
This.
Sage Cumulus.
I mean, year.
Oh yeah. No, New Year's resort. Has the kids New Year's resort?
Sorry. Resort should have also been capitalised. It is obviously New Year's resolution. I assume you would have got that. Sorry. Yep. My mistake. Again, I did this at 2 a.m. I'm impressed.
No. I just like David Cameron just not being able to speak. Culture of the hearing sage cumulus 20 years ago, down in history, not just as Olympics year, or diarist judgment yeast.
Evil! Sorry, my cat is trying to tear down my lights. Look.
Go ahead, cat.
Go on, cat. Yes.
Johnny, can I? Sorry, Laura. I've got Tourette's, and for some reason, one of the thing that takes me off is when the words and obviously there I'm trying to read it. It's making me go a bit funny.
Oh, sorry about that.
So no, it's fine. So what I'm suggesting now, team, is we can accuse Johnny of being mean to me and give us extra points.
To be fair, when I told Jonny I had COVID, they did kind of say, you know, oh yeah, no, just extra points.
If
Exactly.
I did not say that.
If that was the case, then every time Johnny tripped off my stammer because they also stammer,
Every time I have my disability, that is ableist.
we just send each other in a.
Having a disability is ableist now. Mabel Slattery 2024.
When I'm having a bad day and like you're not having a great day either, we just send each other in.
No, it does. It very much feeds. Yeah.
All right. So this something has a clear New Year's resolution to kill off the something and something for good. I want 2012 to go down in history, not just as the Olympics year, or Diamond Jubilee year.
Diamond Jubilee.
Yes.
Oh, well done, you.
But the year we get a lot
Get in
of pointless time wasting out of the British. Out of the British something and British.
Time wasting out of the British. Oh, and as collectively we cannot eliminate.
It's a bit of a weird sentence, that one. Yeah, you might not get that.
Yeah. Out of the British.
Oh, fuck, I'm going to get it back up. I'm going to give it another go.
Thankfully, you've got Mabel on your team, who is very good at these. So
Yeah.
Don't say that now.
Thankfully, Mabel's the only one who is good at this.
yeah, the only person
Representing both teams as well.
Yeah,
I got the yeast was year.
We need to realise collectively that we cannot eliminate.
Royals.
No,
no, Royals would be after.
Yeah, they said it was something before in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rice.
Not rice.
No, okay, can't eliminate rice.
Ricin.
We can't eliminate ricin.
I think if you can work out.
You cannot eliminate ribs. You cannot eliminate ribs.
It's not ribs, but that is wise words. I think
eliminate ribs, Johnny. I am standing leader of the Labour Party on this basis.
I think if you can work out hearing and sage cumulus, that might help contextualize the rest of it. If you can do that.
I mean, down in history, not just as the Olympic year or the Diamond Jubilee year, but as the year. Okay. Oh, hearing. So to kill off the.
Hard? No. It could be hard.
Yeah.
Hard and.
Hearing and sage cumulus is very much the crux of the issue. If you can work that out, that'll be.
Kill off the herring. No, it can't be herring. Oh, for fuck's sake. What have I got against fish?
Kill off the herring.
Jesus, it was penguins last week. It's herrings this week.
I hate sea and sea adjacent creatures.
Try my best, I can't do it.
No worries. Do you want me to say it?
Head and shoulders conditioner.
Knees and toes.
Yes, you're right. Yep, it is.
Oh right, so.
No, you're not. It's not. I was lying to you. I don't think you're gonna get this, but I think you are gonna kick yourself when you do get it. Oh, go on.
Oh no, actually, I don't think I've got it.
Yeah, this also isn't for your team anyway, so it wouldn't.
No, I know. There was a moment I just went, okay.
See, this is what happens when you help people; they help you back.
Could you tell us what hearing is?
That will give you the rest of it.
That's what I want to know.
I don't think you're gonna get it, and I'm conscious of time. So, but you do get the point for guessing that yes, it is David Cameron. So the full text is: this coalition has a clear New Year's resolution to kill off the health and safety culture for good.
That was it. I thought health and
I want
safety,
2012
yeah.
to go down history, not just as Olympics year or Diamond Jubilee year, but the year we get a lot of this pointless time wasting out of the British economy and British life once and for all. We need to realise collectively that we cannot eliminate risk, and that some accidents are inevitable. This was.
Do I not have a point for getting Diamond Jubilee? Because that was good.
Yeah, I will. I was quite impressed with that.
Thank you. I love
You can get 2 out of 3 points. I'll give you that. Yes, so this is tweeting to the series of tweets condensed in 2012 that came back to haunt David Cameron a bit after a lot of the. A lot of the kind of repealing of health and safety legislation stuff, and we ended up with Grenfell fire.
We ended up with Boris Johnson stuck on a zip line.
To be fair, I'll give you guys a little bit of leeway with that. That was over a decade ago. We had an American president that was somewhat sane back then. It's been a while.
It was a while,
I'm very surprised I remembered that the Diamond Jubilee was there.
I know, and to be fair, the Diamond Jubilee yeast was the worst of the Queen.
It really was. It was the worst Marmite that they've ever produced. Squeeze the Queen. And that Candida. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
So glad you did that in a different direction. Oh, God, why did you say Candida? I've just got the Queen's Canderel in my head now.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They just collected the Queen's knickers for 60 years and then made it into Marmite.
And then sold them on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I love the way you said, yeah.
Now I need the adverts where a mum gets the jar of Marmite out with the Queen's knickers, dips it in, the old Marmite plays in the background.
That's what Paddington was after.
Thank you for the follow.
One kid hates
Unless
it,
you're
the
also
other
a
one
bot, in
fucking
which
loves
case,
it.
no, thank you. But assuming you're not a bot, thank you for the follow. Katie Bay 1992. That reads like it's the name of a real person. So thank you very much for that.
And they followed during a piece over the Queen's yeast.
Hopefully, some of my workmates have tuned in tonight. So they get to see how awful I really am before I go back to work with why they go, are you sure you're all right to work with these people?
You know the whole thing that people do where they have a stage name?
Oh no, I do. And then I
But you just told everyone.
Away. I'm going, I'm on a panel show. I know that's the name you know, but I'm on a panel show. Because I'm a fool, Laura.
Kay's here. Hello, Kay. Thanks for joining. Right, we'll do one more of this before we go on to the final round because I'm conscious of time. If I can get this into, there are so many words in this one. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Johnny, could you leave it up this time? It's just when it disappears, I'd rather lose track of what the quote was.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Thank you.
I got a good feeling, Nathan. Either way, I've got a good feeling.
Me too.
I really hope this is relevant to Diana.
I don't think it is.
Did Liz Truss ever claim to be Diana at some point? Like, is that?
We can only hope.
No, that's the point.
Right.
Look, if there's a reference in this in all capitals to the Pickles poncho, then we know there is.
This may not be readable on the stream, but fuck it, we're going to do it anyway. It has gone outside the bounds of the box that I've got. But fuck it, let's just go with it. Okay, Stuart.
John Major.
Prime Minister in the last 14 years, John Major, absolutely. Okay, final one.
Oh, you didn't like that? Yeah, okay.
Also, I don't think John Major's ever said anything interesting. Right. Your quote is, the 80th annoyance of D-Dazzle has been a profound monarchy to hook the bread manageresses and wonders who put their lives on the liner to protect our vampires, our freeloader, and our demonstration. This annoyance should be about those who made the ultimate saddler for our country. The last thinking I want is for the commemorations to be overshadowed by pollutant. After the concourse of the British evidence in Normandy, I returned backcloth to the UK on Reformer. It was a misuse not to stay in France longer, and I apologise. I'll pop this in the chat for you.
I don't want to derail things any further, but I just got a message from Keir Starmer.
Oh, okay. What's he said?
Stuart, thank
me off, lads.
Stuart, thank you for all you've done so far. Pleasure, Keir. In some seats, it all comes down to just a few votes. If we dig deep, tomorrow we can end 14 years of Tory chaos and deliver the change Britain needs. Every vote matters. Be part of winning change tomorrow. Find where to help. And then there's a link to, I believe, an Icelandic website. Keir Starmer, unsub, and then another Icelandic website.
Fair enough.
So there you go.
So that one was Liz Truss, I think.
Because I'm not in the chat, could you leave it up on the screen if possible, right, so I can see it?
It is on the screen. It's just very small.
Yeah, it's visible on the screen now. I'm looking at it that way.
Yeah, it is pretty small. I can put it in the Facebook chat if that helps. So what I've done is I put it in the Zoom chat.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, the Facebook chat I can get.
I'll pop it in there.
I think I might know this one.
Yep.
I think I do as well.
I think it's Rishi Sunak.
I can give you a point for that. This is Rishi Sunak. Yep.
The 80th anniversary of D-Day has been a profound moment to something, and it's obviously to protect our values, our freedoms, and our democracy.
Yep, that's the one.
This anniversary should be about those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Mm-hmm. The last thing I want is for the commemorations to be overshadowed by politics.
Yeah, that's the one, yep.
Which is why I'm leaving for a political interview for
After the conclusion of the British evacuation in Normandy.
Nope.
No.
Oh, what's the word? Oh.
After the conclusion of the British event in Normandy.
Event is right, yes.
Okay.
Conclusion is wrong, but event is right.
No, of course it wasn't the conclusion because
I returned back.
If it was the conclusion, he wouldn't have been in trouble.
I returned back to the UK. On reflection, it was a mistake not to stay in France longer. And I apologise.
That's correct.
But Jonny, I thought the "and I apologise" was you at the bottom there for making this thing so long.
Apologise because oh my god.
Jonny, can I ask you the question?
Yes.
Did you put vampires in there on fucking page?
So what I do is, I use this web tool that basically generates like 15 versions of this with that many words ahead in the dictionary, and just go for the one that reads the funniest. And vampires was definitely.
And of all the bloody shows I've done with you, and I'm always saying we cancel vampires because you terrify me. This is the one time that a computer's put it in, and it's not okay.
There we go. I've sussed the missing one. We missed out the things on the second line. I figured it out. The 80th anniversary of D-Day has been a profound moment to honour the brave men and women who put their lives on the
absolutely. Okay, yeah, you got basically concourse is the only word you've not got yet, I think.
I want to point out that
after the concourse, that's the good band name.
Conclusion, didn't we say? Didn't they?
No. Yeah. Conclusion is wrong.
After the convenient, is it after the convenient midway point?
No, it is not.
I want to point out that my great grandfather built the D-Day landing barges, and I have no issue with saying that I reckon my great grandfather would have punched Rishi Sunak in the face without hesitation.
Yeah, I think I might have it after the plot armour of the Dunkirk by Christopher Nolan.
Okay, you've gotten very close. So
commemorate after the commemoration.
Commemorations, that's the one. Yep. So full marks there.
Get in there, Stuart, with your fucking jawline.
The jawline that did it, really. It's not that he's like a translator and is very good at language and is like a proper leader. He's just got the jawline for it.
Can we just point out with these rules that jawline would turn into jazz hands in this?
Yes.
I put the man in mandible.
Hey.
The man in manageresses.
Right, my wife says that she absolutely loves my jawline, and I've somehow got the second best jawline on my team.
I mean, Princess Diana does have a pretty good jawline.
I was going to say, I think, Nathan, I think we're both beaten by Diana, to be honest. But there we go.
Obviously, but,
You man fucking shite. That's why I've got the hillbilly beards.
Right, so this is Rishi Sunak apologising for days after calling the election, just running away from the D-Day commemorations early to record a Sky interview about why he was lying about the Labour tax costings being independent when they were actually done by the government.
Honest, it's also what the Germans did, so really he's just following precedent.
Exactly, you'd think the Reform voters would like him more, yeah.
Well, I was saying this, if this had been a commemoration of Dunkirk, then it would have been perfect.
Exactly.
So at the end of that round, both teams are on 11 points, but you're still neck and neck. You've been scored exactly the same every round so far. We're gonna have to toss a coin to see who actually wins this election, or maybe there is.
Parliament.
Maybe I'll put it to an audience poll, and then if that's 50-50, I'll just give up. But we will see.
Do it to an audience poll. However, let's use PR.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
So before we go on to the last round, just a reminder for any newcomers, because you'd have a new follower, this show is in aid of the Manchester Refugee Support Network. There's a donation link in the chat if you would like to support that. Again, a really important cause right now. If you can afford to, and you were going to donate to us because you enjoyed the show anyway, please send your money that way for this particular stream. Thank you very much. And our last round is the great debate, and what better way to end the show than by having I don't know if you've watched any of the TV election debates. They've been something. So we thought we'd have our own one. Just because, like Sky, BBC, ITV, no one watches these fringe channels. Blizzard Comedy's Twitch channel with like 200 followers is where it's at. So we're going to have the final one right before polling day here tonight. And we are going to be joined by 5 of the 7 main party leaders. It was going to be 6, but, Lady Diana is not animate. So we are going to be joined by Nathan VIRICA as Keir Starmer, MABEL SLATTERY as John Swinney, John O'Murray as Rishi Sunak, Stuart Dunlop as Ed Davey, and Laura MONMOTH as Carla Denyer. And no Nigel Farage because Maxine is not here. F's in the chat for that.
Oh yeah, I can do.
He hates scrutiny anyway, so he wouldn't turn up, would he?
No, for sure. Well, thank you all very much for joining us. I guess we should start off with opening statements from all of you. We'll start with let's start with the incumbent, Rishi Sunak. Why should people vote for you over any of these other losers?
Fuck if I know, lads. I'm on holiday tomorrow, mate. Well, not tomorrow, actually, the day after. Look, I don't know. I was buzzing at first when I was like the people's hero with the furlough and all that, you know what I mean? Up to toffees. But no one really told me how fucking tough this was going to be, do you know what I mean? But look, guys, right? Don't know if you've read up on the literature. I profited in the 2008 financial crisis, betting against shit. I just told some of the boys to put a few bets on. Then I'm off. So we're off to Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Don't vote for me, lad. You just fucking give it to one of these other soft knobbits. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Let's get pissed, gang.
Okay, leaving drinks at Downing Street tomorrow after this, then I guess. Brilliant, thanks for that. Then I guess the next most current likely person to win. The most current likely person to win. Let's be fair. Keir Starmer. Why should people vote for you over any of these other parties?
Barbag.
Fair. Is that your full statement or?
What, ball bag? I haven't prepared one.
Hey, Keir, I've left a prezi for you.
It's going to be a lot of coke, isn't it? Right. Brilliant, thanks for that. Okay, this is really reassuring. Canada's most likely to be Prime Minister.
It's going to be a rolled up tenner.
That's all that's left.
So, Ed Davey, why should people vote Liberal Democrat this election cycle?
Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary individuals, please give it up for your Liberal Democrats leader, Ed Maestro Davey. Hello! Hey, how we doing? How's everybody? Feeling good? Feeling good? Yeah? Oh, yeah, fantastic. Super cool. Yeah. No, it's a fantastic time to be here. Yes, I am here for this election. I've just been playing football with Harry Kane. That's going to get you guys excited with me. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here. Let me know what you want, and I'll get on with it. Because, yeah, I'm badass, aren't I, kids? Yeah.
Somehow the most electable one so far. Thanks very much, Davey, for that. We're also joined by Carla Denyer of the Green Party. Hello, Carla. Why should people vote Green this election?
Well, obviously, you should vote for the Green Party this year, as we have the most sensible policies. We will put tax where tax should be. We shall nationalise everything that needs nationalising, the railways, water, comedy on Twitch. We will go through everything that you want. And just because only 5% of you will vote for us, which will only give us 3 MPs come Friday morning, doesn't mean it's a wasted vote.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for that. I'm just sending you a message in the chat. But before that, we've got John Swinney from the SNPs. John, why should people vote SNP this election?
So I will be doing the closest thing that I can think of to a vaguely nationalist accent, which is doing the accent of my grandmother. And therefore, all right. I mean, let's face it. Who else are you going to vote for in Scotland? You're going to vote for Leeds jobbies, Ari?
Riveting stuff from the SNP there. Thanks very much for that. Let me just make some notes here. Bear with me.
The note is, oh fuck, she's doing a Cornish accent.
Cornwall's near Scotland.
We fought on the side of Scotland. That was why we had the 1497 rebellion.
Can I just say that Mr. Sunak accused me of being a ball bag? No, it's a complete nonsense.
Oh no, I accused you of being a ball bag. You're a ball bag.
Yeah, picking fucking battles, lad. You sound like you took a few many 2 rocks to the head, lad.
The Office for National Statistics itself shows that you are the ball bag, Mr. Sunak.
AKA, yeah, man.
Okay, well let's come on to some of the kind of pressing issues for people this election. So the big one, obviously, is cost of living crisis. It's fucking expensive to live right now. What will your party do to tackle the ongoing cost of living crisis? We'll start with the Greens, Carla. How are you going to tackle this?
Well, obviously, the way that we're going to tackle this is by taxing the people that need to be taxed. We will also be putting levies on various things, fun things that you won't even think about just yet, but that's fine. But also, we're going to take you back to the fucking 90s. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the 90s zone, everyone. Do you remember Blur? Blur were fucking great, weren't they?
Blur were fucking awesome, yeah.
Everyone loves all about that. This is what we're doing now. Yeah. You're like, fuck, don't you? You're like, fuck.
I preferred Oasis myself, but
they didn't have an album cover that I could manipulate to look like this, did they? Fuck. Green, everyone.
See, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. I didn't even have Sky TV. Where did they get all this shit from? What I mean, I just had BBC Radio, wherever the fuck it was. So,
Well, I personally was into all the cool new music at the time, like the So Solid crew, and that's I think the kind of music we should be listening in this country. Still, I think we still need that old-fashioned hipping and hopping and all of that. I think we're down for that.
I listened solely to the Proclaimers for 20 years.
I'm enjoying Cornish S&P way too much. Lovely. I get I've forgotten who's already answered this question. Rishi Sunak, we've not heard from you. How would you tackle the cost of living crisis?
Same thing I'm doing I'm doing at the minute. Fuck all. Right? Look, we're at risk of being like fucking America here. You know what I mean? A load of fat bastards. I want to send you to war. Okay? Fight for your food. Fight. Do you want to look fucking good? Stop eating fucking shit. Do you want to look ripped like me? Look, when I'm in Vegas, living it up with the boys, I'm going to be fucking ripped now. Look at this. Look at this. You got that, Kia? Hey, you got that? No, you don't. Get in the fucking bin. Next question.
Keir Starmer, would you like to respond to that directly?
Firstly, thank you for your question. Now, my dad was a toolmaker. So I understand how difficult it is to cope with the cost of living day-to-day life. Now, I'll tell you what we're not going to do. Anything that could potentially rile up Rupert Murdoch before the election. All I can tell you is that we remain committed to Labour's plan of making Brexit work and recognising Israel's right to defend itself.
Thanks very much for that, Keir Starmer. We've not heard from John Swinney on this yet, actually, directly. How would you tackle the cost of living crisis in Scotland, if elected?
Free Iron Brew. Actually, move into free Buck Pass within a 2-year period. Really, that would take away quite a lot of the cost of living.
Hey, I've actually got something for you all here. You know when you all realise the country's fucking shit? I've got this cryptocurrency, right? You know the way the problem was like, they said, how'd you have a line of cocaine through a rolled up Bitcoin? This is a crypto that you can roll up.
How much is it worth in Iron Brew?
I haven't worked it all out yet, do you know what I mean? I'm still in the planning process. Give me a bit of time.
Thank you for that. I think, Ed David, we've not heard from you on the cost of living yet. What would be your cost of living policies? Why should people vote for you to help with that?
Well, obviously, I know firsthand through my journey, my pilgrimage through the course of the country, participating with the locals, getting down with them, how difficult it is to get by in this country at the moment. And I am prepared to take all the risks that are necessary to do that. And I'm going to demonstrate that now by swallowing this sword.
Oh. Amazing.
I bet Rishi's not seen that before.
Hey, do us a favour, give me a call after this, alright?
Incredible. Well, thanks very much for that. Okay, moving on to let's move on. Let's move on to the climate. I think this is probably quite a pressing issue for at least some of the parties on here that actually experience reality. So, is your party committed to achieving net zero carbon emissions? And if so, is that by 2030, later, earlier? What is your net zero policy? We'll start with John Swinney. What is your policy on climate and net zero?
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't. Right, so you see, the problem here is that in the Scottish language, we actually have this the other way round. So we thought it was a zero net policy. So we've actually abandoned all our fishing plans for the next 5 years. And we've had it's purely line fishing from here on in. And really, that's our It's our zero net policy. I'm sorry. I was only reading in Gaelic. I wasn't. Oh no. Oh, no. No wonder I was the second choice for this.
Thanks very much for that. Carla Tenure, this is obviously important policy for the Green Party. What are your net zero policies?
Carla's been taken over. Unfortunately. Oh, hello, I'm Nigel. Sorry, I didn't make it in the end. I hope you're all okay. Obviously, we don't have any kind of anything that you would really care about. The environment, schmirement, champagne, caviar, truffles. That's what we're all about here. Lovely.
Thank you, Carla Denia. Incredible. Okay. Right. Who else do we want to hear from on this? Rishi Sunak, what is your policy when it comes to the climate and net zero?
At the minute, nothing. But here's what I'm going to do. So once I'm gone from the public zeitgeist, I will open up fucking green energy companies, right? I will take taxpayers' money on false false information that we're using it for all green shit. Justify the non-nationalisation of putting this all in fucking, to the public's hands. See what I'm saying here? Pure profit, virtue signal, fucking say, yeah, one of our engineers is trans. What are you going to do about that? Fuck all, Kia. I've got one of them ones. What have you got? Nothing. Nothing.
Thanks very much, Rishi. Keir Starmer, are the Labour Party committed to achieving net zero by 2030, or if so, if not, when?
Well, what I would like to say is that growing up with a dad who was a toolmaker, I understand how hard it is for industries to adapt to new challenges in an ever-changing world. What I would like to say on this is that Labour is absolutely 50% committed to achieving net zero by 2030. But of course, one of the key factors in reducing carbon emissions is a reduction in population numbers. and that is why Labour is fully behind Israel's current operation in Gaza, as it exercises its right to defend itself.
Fucking hell.
Thank you very much, Keir Starmer. And Ed Davey, I don't know why I keep leaving you till last, but what is your policy, or was your position on net zero?
Oh, no, it's cool. I'm, fashionably late and whatever, it's cool. So obviously, when we're talking about climate, we are talking about the future. And I think it's very important to remember that we have upcoming generations that we need to get on our side to make things work for the children and the young people of our time today and give them the world that they possibly want. So I've been out there, I've been engaging with the youth and finding out what they're all in and all about. And I have to tell you that I am now one of the most bodacious performers on Fortnite. I think I've learned a lot from all of my time spending buckets of Lib Dems, treasury on Peter Griffin skins, that I know what the kids need for a brighter future. And I think that we need more colourful, air conditioning and stuff like that to make sure the kids have the spaces that they need to properly rock out.
Thank you very much, Ed Davey. Thank you for increasing the call factor of this panel by 70%. Good. Right. Okay. What other question we have? Okay. Let's have a look at. Let's have a look at the NHS. So, obviously, NHS waiting lists are particularly bad at the minute across the board. What is your party's answer to this problem within the NHS? John Swinney, we'll start with you again. What's your commitment to the NHS waiting lists?
I'll be honest, we're not doing too bad. It seems to be an English problem.
Fair point.
We got pretty good waiting lists. We got free prescriptions. We're, I'll be honest, I pretty easy from where I'm standing.
You got a pretty easy job for this one, then. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, we keep doing what we're doing and try and be either more or less radically transphobic. And work from there, really.
Incredible. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, John Swinney. Carla/Nigel, what is your policy plan to?
I'm definitely a Nigel over here.
Okay.
What we're gonna do to sort the NHS is get rid of all the brown people, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace 90% of our workforce with people who are white and British and understand what it's like to be British. So we're going to be taking from all of the local industries. So you'll be seeing us going through local pubs. I know many people in local pubs. They know their open heart surgery. We're going to be taking them on. We're going to be training them up. We're going to be turning them into surgeons. Nobody is going to be waiting for more than a week for an operation to replace the head. Nobody at all, because they'll probably be dead before they get. It's fine. Vote reform for a brighter future.
Thank you very much, Carla/Nigel. Okay, Rishi Sunak. I forgot what the question was. NHS. Yeah. What's your answer to the NHS waiting list crisis?
No. The NHS is an envy of the world. We did offer great healthcare to people that needed it. So keep doing what we're doing now. Stabbing it, killing it, force it towards privatisation for profits, money. But yeah, that's it. Tell you what, though, I slipped up, didn't I, with the amount of immigration that goes towards care work. Well, we sorted care work. It's not national service anymore. It's all charity based. But the amount of nurses we've got coming in, fucked that up, didn't I? Sent them all to Rwanda. Oh, shit. So yeah, same thing that we're usually doing now. And yeah, rebrand the NHS. You know what I mean? Subscription service. So you having an heart attack? Have you got the battle pass? Do you have the DLC?
Yeah. I got those on Fortnite. Yeah.
There you go. Shoot it. Look, if you have a bad time, mate, you call me, lad. I'll sort you out. I know a surgeon. All right.
Thanks very much.
A new skin.
Brilliant. Ed Davey, let's move on to you next. Actually, what is your plan to address the waiting list situation with the NHS?
As I've mentioned before, I get down and really went and met the people, and I have to say that the people who are suffering and on NHS waiting lists, they can fucking dance when you give them the chance. Like, they've got a real string in their step. So I think we can boost morale first of all by putting flash mobs in the waiting rooms of A&E. I think that would just really take things to the next level. And then maybe, I don't know, just make sure that bouncers at the door, making sure you're cool enough to get served.
NHS bouncers, Lib Dem policy. Thanks for that. And Keir Starmer, how are you going to address the NHS waiting lists?
Yes, another important question there. The NHS is, of course, Labour's crowning achievement, brought about by Clement Attlee and Nye Bevan, and it's been the envy of the rest of the world. The Tories have overseen 14 years of NHS mismanagement, privatisation and decline, leading to waiting lists reaching a record high of 120 billion people currently awaiting life-saving operations. So my answer to the NHS waiting list problem is this. Oh dear, that's very bad.
Thank you for your earnestness. I nearly called you Prime Minister then. That's still a couple of days away. Brilliant. Okay.
Not if I've got anything to do with it.
Well, we're going to move on to education left. Obviously, we've got schools crumbling up and down the country. It's the main pressing thing, as well as university tuition being increasingly high, increasingly difficult, and fewer and fewer people actually taking that pathway altogether. So what are your party's long-term goals for UK education? John Swinney.
I mean, as I say, I don't know that we're actually doing that badly. I mean, we've got free tuition fees for universities. Our universities aren't doing terrible. We're not having to shut down or make millions of pounds of cuts. So we're, really, most of our problems are coming from England. So I reckon our real thing is to, well, I mean, we've got the nukes, haven't we?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I mean, really, I am feeling that might be our only.
Hey, do you remember what happened to Nicholas Sturgeon? Do you want someone to look at your books?
You know, I think I'm probably the most boring person that you could probably look at. I mean, I was chosen for being.
Keir Starmer, would you like to dispute that?
I mean, I was chosen specifically for being incredibly bland.
And it's working.
We'll move on to your next Keir Starmer anyway, actually. What is your party's policy on long-term education in the UK?
Well, I think the best way to get the most out of education is by moving with the times. And to start with, I'm proposing the following updates to some classic educational rhymes and mnemonics. So, for remembering the colours of a rainbow, it will now be Rishi of Yorkshire gave bonuses in vast amounts to his cronies in the city. For remembering the days in number of days in each month, we have 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. But the events of October 7th, carried out by Hamas, cannot be condoned, and Israel is well within its rights to defend itself and its right to exist. And finally, for remembering the spellings of certain words, it's going to be changed to I before E, except after C, except in my first name for some reason. Unless it's the other way around, even I'm not sure.
Thanks very much, Keir Starmer. Nigel Denyer, what is your party's long-term education policies?
Well, obviously, it goes without saying that as soon as we get in, the King's Speech will come up with a bill closing all schools, because the last thing we want is people with education because they don't vote for us.
Fair enough. Thank you for your honesty there. And Ed Davey, once again, leaving you till last. What is your party's education policies?
That's fine. Lib Dem policy, perfectly fine. We consider it important to train and encourage children to learn in similar vein to Mr. Starmer, moving with the times, you know, sticking with what's current and what's, you know, going to propel us in the future. So we are encouraging the school students to invest entirely in AI. Just give all of their opportunities on that, like really, you know, do some cool shit. You can see the stuff you can do on that. I can go on ChatGPT and pick out the perfect Pokemon team to face the world champion. Like, it's fucking wild, man. It's fucking wild. Yeah. So I personally think, yeah, give the kids the opportunity to learn the new, you know, amazing way. And then, you know, when the AI is doing their job, they can spend their time getting their ass whooped by me on Fortnite.
I'd like to say my main policy is no change to giving more weed to Ed Davey.
Hey, you forgot me in the education.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Mr. Sunak, education. Yeah, come on.
Same as we're doing now. Yo. I just said it best. We dumb them down. We get them listening to what we say, pure Orwellian, you know what I'm saying? At the minute, we can blame everything on the fucking immigrants, right? Guess who's letting them in? This guy. Guess who's fucking it all up? this guy. Let's just keep it on me. But we'll blame someone else. Know what I'm saying? Also, everyone get on me about that crypto.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sudak. Okay, well, I think probably start winding this down now. I guess you kind of touched on it there. One of the big kind of debating points is on immigration. You know, what are your stances on that? Whether that's small boats crossing.
Set it up, fucking belted, didn't I? Set it up, belted. Almost like I'm proper fucking media saying, you know what I'm saying?
Almost as if, but yeah, whether that's small boats crossings or
let me just take control of this. So you just sit there. You sit there. Let me take control of this. Right. So, hang on. Hang on. You were gonna sort of say a very down the middle. I'm trying to figure out how I can just blame everything on them. Right, got it. You know that single mother that can't get a house because we're giving them to no, the barges, don't worry about them. But the houses that we're giving to the refugees.
Yeah.
Hang on. Right there. No, that's us, isn't it? Shit. All right, hang on. Wait, I've got it. You know. That's right, Johnny. You do it. You do it.
Fab. Okay. Well, thank you for answering that question, Mr. Sudak. John Swinney, what is the SNP's view on immigration, and what policies would you enact to do that thing? That was a question.
I'll be honest, they can all come here. Then we'll have a fully stocked NHS, plenty of workers. Then we'll have
You took the words out, Mom.
Strong workforce, a well-housed population, and then and then we'll have enough people that finally we can get them all to vote to leave, and then we can fuck off and leave you people behind.
You bastards! You bastards!
I'll be honest, we've got all the nukes, so what we need to do is place them very carefully along the border. What we do from there is we'll set off in a bit of a chain, and then we'll float on up to Iceland. And Iceland, they've got a lovely bloody system up there. We'll have it'll be lovely. We'll have fish. More fish. Although we've not got any nets. We might need to borrow some nets.
You know what? Guess what? I've still got one more day. Someone's looking into your books.
Okay,
I'll be honest, I don't have any books. I've been working. I've got this new Kindle. It's so lovely it is. You can have all your books, and they're just here. I'm just sending it to my gran.
Also, hello, Valkyrie Players. Just come home to find Dina when he has this on. Leftist infiltrated my household. I'm so sorry for infiltrating your household. Not even when I'm not doing it in person.
The only problem is, how do I turn it on? I need to ring my granddaughter.
Thank you very much. We'll 2 hours. I think we'll come to that in a little bit, but let's hear from Nigel Denyer on what you, I'm interested to see what this fucking immigration policy is going to be. What are your views on immigration, and what are your plans going to do about it?
Could you say that word for me again?
Immigration.
Oh fuck. Oh, that just give me a second.
Okay.
See, if we can get him on there, I think we can get him trending on TikTok. If we get him to, make that noise, I think that could be the new hashtag.
I reckon it could be. Ed Davey, I'm going to not leave you till last this time. What are your party views on immigration, and what would you do about it?
So I think it's all a question of how they can provide value to the country. So I think when it comes to immigrants coming through, when it comes to their citizenship, I think one question remains with them. Can they win us a trophy in football? Because that's what everybody wants. That's what will make the entire nation come together, I think. If they can get England that trophy, I will take anyone from anywhere.
Good point. But no, hang on. I would have to counter you. We don't currently hate South America. If we can get ourselves to fucking hate South America, so we hate South American immigrants, then we can say, oh, hang on, what about this fucking wonder kid from Ecuador?
Yeah. All the Brazilians, all the Argentinians over here, if they can do a panenka and they can do a nutmeg and they can lift the ball up, you know, and do what they need.
Perfect. Let me just hit you with something. Do you not find it problematic that a lot of the Argentinian national team look very German?
I mean, they.
Oh, why are you there?
I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be a Scotsman having to explain football to the English. But I think you have to be born in England to be able.
Yeah, look, I'll fix the books. You know what I mean? Same way of getting you on your books. I'll fucking say it all.
Right. So, does that mean you know how to work my Kindle? Because I'm having trouble with it.
Give it a year. Give it a year.
To be fair, Mr. Swinney. To be fair, one of our main footballers at the moment is Harry Kane, and I am 100% sure he is from another planet.
Yeah.
So
have you heard that fucking talk, mate?
Yes.
He come from a place with a lot of radiation. He took too many fucking balls in his. I'm Harry Kane. I like to score goals.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was Mr. Sama for a second. Do you have a
Speaking of which,
sorry.
Thank you. We've not actually heard from Stam on this issue yet. What's the Labour Party's approach to immigration? Do you see it as a problem? If so, what are you going to do about it to get it to a more suitable level in your idea?
Well, that's another excellent question right there. And one I frequently get asked on the doorstep, along with, what did your dad do for a living? What did you do before you went into politics? And could you please get off my property? Your lack of warmth is killing my flowers. But as many of you know, we've had to expel a number of people from the Labour Party since I became leader, both MPs and ordinary members. So Labour's plan to bring net migration down is to go one step further and expel those people from the country. And we believe that this is just one of a number of ways that we can help to make Brexit work.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Keir Starmer. I'm conscious we've gone on for quite a long time and I haven't asked, I've asked like half the questions I had planned, but I'm going to spare you all on that and just let you kind of sum up in closing statements if there's any last points you want to make that I've not brought up already. We'll start off with Faraz. What are your closing statements you'd like to make tonight? Why, after all this, why should people want to vote for your party?
My closing statement is, first off, I need you to sing with me. Let me start off. Da 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 da. Come on, I've been doing rallies. This works. Da da da. All together. Da 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 da. Now, a vote for reform is a vote for history.
You put a fucking penny in the prick. Shut up.
I will
go on, Dad.
Fight for you. I will fight for your children. I will fight for everyone. A vote for reform is a vote for change.
Thank you very much. John Swinney, SNP's closing statement.
All right. So look at it. Right, we got. Right, I've been looking at the map. So we got Scotland up here. We got Wales. We got Cornwall. We got Ireland. And we got Brittany. We've got them surrounded. What we need to do is bring the Celtic Union together and invade England. I reckon we can make them work.
I think you might be onto something there. Good stuff. Ed Davey, Lib Dem's closing statements.
Or are we just flood him with oil? Fatty foods. We'll kill him off with heart disease and then we move in.
Ed Davey, closing statements, please.
All I'll say is buck the trend, vote Lib Dem, make it work for you. Dove. I learned that when I went on a rally in Worcester. And another one.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Rishi Sunak, closing statements. Why should people actually vote for you? I was going to say vote for you again, but they didn't vote for you last time. Why should people vote for you for the first time?
Look, we did it right. Someone else is going to get the mess. In 10 years' time, you'll be blaming Labour for what we did. We come back in, oh, my man, lads, you know what I'm saying? What about it? Just fucking, I'm going to be on holiday anyway. And again, get on me for the crypto. Take it out. We print it out. It's durable. We roll it up. I'm fucking on it.
Can you drink tea through it?
What?
If you're gonna roll it up, does that mean you can drink a nice hot cup of tea?
Do you understand all this fucking shit you've come out with? I've got snipers looking at you now.
Could you use it to drink your prime energy drink?
You know what?
That's my question.
Look, just fucking take the shot. I'm sick of it. Right. What was that team?
Last but not least, well, last but probably least, Keir Starmer, closing statements.
Well, the closing statement I'd prepared was in response to a question: is your party prepared for a third world war, and what would your defence policy be? Which is a grim but nevertheless important question there. Well, unlike my predecessor, my policy would be to press a button at the first available opportunity, and in such a way that makes Brexit work and recognises Israel's right to defend itself.
Thank you very much, Keir Starmer. Fab, I think we learned nothing from the last half an hour. Thank you very much, everyone who stuck around. I feel like I've got to give points to Nathan, Keir Starmer, and Stuart said Davey for that. Although I'm also going to give... you all did good, but also particularly enjoyed Laura's... what I described as what I described in the Zoom chat as a transition from Carla Denyer to Nigel Farage, which is not a transition that I want available on the NHS.
I've made this far worse.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is haunted. I feel like I have to give you some points for that, but also not too many because I never want to see that again. I think at the. Okay, I've done my scores. I'm tempted to put it to because it is it's celebrating a democratic occasion. I feel like we should put it to an audience poll, and like 5 people who are left can decide on which team they actually want to win. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to add these points to my scoring. So my opinion still matters more, but you could maybe sway it if enough of you disagree with me. So.
I'm sorry, I can't share chocolate buttons with you guys.
That's all right.
Okay. Well, Labour's policy on no.
I was going to say, are those chocolate buttons exclusive to Scotland? Is that what you're saying?
Did I? Okay, for a second I thought I'd accidentally written Labour instead of Laura's team, and like that would have. Cool. Okay, so that's on for 5 minutes. So while we're doing that,
Nathan, can I just point out how much I enjoyed your impersonation of Josh Widdicombe doing Keir Starmer?
It's the first time I've tried it, and I'm glad it came out with someone completely
unfair. I want to vote for Laura and Nathan. Well, you're gonna have to choose one of them. Unless one of them wants to defect teams, I guess. Can I have single transferable vote? No, you cannot, because Twitch does not work like that. But while waiting for those final scores to come in, just massive thank you for tuning in. Honestly, I was not feeling up to doing this stream like 3 hours ago, but I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have as well. So really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed the stream, we are fundraising for the Manchester Refugee Support Network, which I have misspelled in the chat command, so I'm going to put it in. Network is now spelt with an M, apparently. if you'd like to donate, that's where you can do it. Check out what they're doing. They're lovely. Yeah, really, really, really important charity right now, providing resources and support to refugees who are living in Manchester. And again, we've seen the rhetoric. They are not having a good time at the minute, and they're having an especially bad time given how much everyone is having a bad time. So if you can afford to spare a bit of money, please do that rather than give it to us. We will be back here for I've not formally announced it yet, but it's actually going to be our last broadcast Avalance stream for a while on the 29th of July. So stick around for that. And we're also going to be streaming our main July show that we're recording next week. Is going to be streaming on the 15th of July. So we've got a couple more of them to go. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to all the acts for taking part in this. Honestly, I thought loads of people would be really up for this, but it turns out everyone was like, I'm kind of too depressed to do a comedy show on the election, and honestly valid. I don't blame them. So I do really appreciate you for being here.
I'm depressed anyway.
Yeah, we're already sad. May as well just add to it.
I feel like that's all comedians though. That doesn't need to be said. Doesn't need to be said.
At times like this, all you can do is laugh. Let's be fair, and vote as well.
Yeah. You should.
Unfortunately, I don't have my photo ID to be able to laugh.
What? Oh, well, you get a special laughter ID, but you need to sign up online.
Yeah. No laughing in the UK without recognition first. I think also, kudos to Jonny for putting this together as well,
absolutely.
particularly with everything that's going on. Like,
with the dropouts as well, it was a much harder job.
Honestly, this lineup looked completely different like a week ago. And also, no shade to the people who had to drop out. They all had incredibly valid reasons to not be able to do this.
Good show as always, Jonny.
I'm just going to say I did it with COVID.
Just saying. That is true. If this was a live comedy gig, I would have said that was irresponsible. But because it's not, you're fine.
Exactly. I'm just breathing on your face on my screen.
Oh, that's fine. That's all I've ever wanted from you.
Jonny, you deserve all the credit. You do. You're going to good.
Well, thank you for. Everything is about me, but this isn't about me.
This is a vanity project at the end of the day, Jonny.
100%. I do this 100% for me.
Also, considering that for many.
Oh, thank you, Gray the Earthling. To be honest, your second choice lineup is this stacked. You're fine. Well, thank you very much for that. Sorry, carry on, Mabel.
I was going to say, to be fair, considering that for trans people especially, however this election is going to turn out, it's going to be fairly depressing. Like the fact that it has been a good, that you've had the sort of ability to be able to go right, all right, we will arrange we'll do this, says a lot to your credit. And
to be honest, before the election was announced, I was like, you know what, it might be fun to do a live one of these, and the amount it took organising even this one, it's like, I'm very very glad I didn't commit to doing that. That would have been horrendous, and then Laura wouldn't be able to do it either. So,
but your resilience and your ability to organise something in such a shit position politically is beautiful.
Thank you.
You said yourself, Jonny, you weren't feeling up for it, and look what you've done. You've made
that was a really, really clumsy way of saying that I really, really appreciate it. And
can we all agree that tonight that the real winner is Jonny?
Yes.
Cool.
And again,
now I've joined second.
Jonny for PM.
Team.
Okay,
rarely win.
Seriously, everyone, spoil your ballot. Spoil your ballot. Just scribble my name over the top of it, and then I'll be prime minister. I think that's how it works. I don't think there's any legislation to account for that. I think they legally have to make me prime minister.
It's the same way that if someone pulls a knife on you and says, give me your phone, if you say no, they legally can't say
they legally can't. That's stealing. You can't do that.
Thanks for clarifying that in Bootle last week for me, Jono. That was really nice of you to demonstrate that for me.
Right, I'm just putting the final scores up now. So Stuart's team won the audience vote with 63% of the vote, and Laura's team with 38%. But we'll see how that stacks with the final scores in just a moment.
Well, it depends what area they're in, and
It depends exactly. Yeah.
Oh no, it's Islington North.
Oh no! But at the end of the show, taking your scores into account, Laura's team on 17 points, and Stuart's team are the winners with 23 points.
Go ahead,
our die would be proud.
Well done, Nathan.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Well done, Nathan.
And Diana. Go ahead, Diana.
yeah.
I never win anything that goes to an election vote. That's not a good sign. That's worrying.
I also really enjoy that for like the last half an hour. There's just been, for the people who've come to the stream late, there's just a picture of Lady Diana with Nigel Farage above her head, with absolutely no context.
Satire.
which I think sums up this election better than
It really does.
I agree, Nathan.
So
I agree.
my plan was to have like a big, moving, emotional speech about. Because like I of a generation where I couldn't vote in 2010, first election was 2015, so like my entire basically adult life has been under the Tory government, and it is kind of a big deal that that's going to be going finally. Even as Mabel was saying, it is exciting that they get to have something bad happen to them, even if we are still largely fucked afterwards. But I didn't write that speech because I prepared this very last minute because life's been a lot, and I'm not like. I did have a joke in the beginning about how we are like, we're an impartial comedy show. It's fine. You can trust us not to have any bias. There's clearly bias, but I don't even know where to direct that bias at the minute. So I'm not going to tell anyone who they should be voting for. Just don't vote Tory or Reform, obviously. And if you're not voting, I empathize with that as well.
My first general election voting was 2001. You've made me feel awful.
I'm so sorry. You're very old. And
I am.
My first ever vote went to my mum. Running for council for Medby and Kono. So.
Mine was 2010, and I voted for the Lib Dems, and yeah, that's.
Oh, well done. Okay.
Hey.
no,
Who shall we blame?
to be fair, if I was able to vote in 2010, I probably would have voted Lib Dems because that's all my family vote for.
I also voted Lib Dems in 2010. So.
Yeah, so I do not. I do not blame you. Keir Starmer voted for the Lib Dems in 2010. Let's let everyone know that. But yeah, everything's terrible. We can have some fun tomorrow watching some of the worst people in the world lose their jobs. Thankfully, frankly, they will. Most of them will walk into other stuff where they could potentially even do more damage. But it's going to be fun for the moment. And as Mabel said, the real fight.
Yeah,
kicks off after
how
that.
many of them are going to be doing stand-up?
Oh my god!
At least one MP is going to lose their seat.
Hot water is going to be booked up for years.
Doing a fucking joint headline.
Comedy Unleashed is going to be
Look it up on.
packed.
Look it up on YouTube. Michael Gove used to do stand-up.
Did he fuck?
He used to act, so that's not surprising.
But seriously,
Used to being the operative word. He's not a good actor now.
It's YouTube. It's every bit as horrible as you'd imagine, but it was on telly and everything. It was like, what the fuck?
For today, even though tomorrow it's all, regardless of polls, it's all a mystery. We do things, but today we can rest easy in the knowledge that Jacob Rees-Mogg had to be shouted at by my sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we also just say that if you watch the news tomorrow, there can be no talk of election till 10 o'clock.
Oh, beautiful!
There can be no talk of
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Have a nice
we're delaying this to we're pulling this so much further forward. And thank you for using genocide for my segue.
Sorry,
Mabel, that's
Johnny.
great.
I use it for most of my segues, so it's fine.
I think the one thing I think I'd like to get off my chest with this whole thing is, obviously everyone do their democratic duty tomorrow. Everybody go out and regardless of who you vote for, as long as you don't vote for the obvious evil, then that's your power, and you have the chance to do that. I think then, as a result, bring positivity into the world however you can as well. Remember that your future and the future of the people around you does not rest on the coin flip that is an election that's just riddled with negativity and hate and prejudice. do your bit to improve that, but it also starts with the people you love and the people around you. So be there for them as well.
Stuart, I don't know if you've ever seen the original 80s He-Man cartoon, but at the end of every cartoon, He-Man would like come back onto camera and do like a little speech to camera. That was the ultimate He-Man speech.
Manly again, Mr. Manly here. Yeah.
Be the person that Terry
Pronouns are
Pratchett
he and man.
I mean, my neighbour's a cunt, so I can't abandon.
I think that's a lovely note to end on, to be honest.
I think that sums it up perfectly. I think.
That sums
Bring
up...
some positive.
Yeah.
Bring some positivity to the world, except for your cunt of a neighbour.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Thank you generally so much for watching. We'll see you back here on Twitch on the 15th of July. I can do maths. 15th, yeah, that's a Monday. See you then. Whatever you do tomorrow, whether you vote, whoever you decide to vote for, just enjoy the likely downfall of possibly the worst fucking government we've had for several generations. Keep safe out there, look after each other, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Love to all. Bye bye.